Tens. Yeah,
Tens.
There we go. There we go.
W's.
Bang, 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 bang.
Ooh.
10-4 checks. 10-4 checks. Chat.
Rizzy checks.
Bang, 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 bang.
Chad,
Do
do you think we could put Chad up on that?
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah.
I got it,
Shelly can
gotcha.
do that. That'd be great. Chat, how we doing? Welcome to the highly anticipated War Room stream. Let's fucking go.
Sure.
We have joined with us today, Mr. Adam Scott Whaley. Potential Krabs echoes, or is that cap? I don't hear shit. Chat,
we got echoes. Tens.
We do have a little bit.
a little bit of echo. We'll fix that. We also have Mr. Milkman Jovan.
Here we go.
Oi.
The echoes from the speaker.
Yeah,
on
one
your
sec.
right
One
side.
sec.
Oh yeah, you might need to turn this down a little.
1 second. It's because I'm right next to the speaker because I'm trying to turn this shit on.
Yeah. We also have the man, the myth, Crab Bats.
Are you doing an intro for everyone?
We're doing a roll call. Yeah, we're getting a roll call.
That guy. Shelly. We got Michael J. Ovies. Oi.
Boy.
We got Lauren, who's fucking scoring.
Yeah.
And Rap.
Dude.
Yeah!
Go, Raph.
Get nice.
Get nice, Angelo.
All right, here's the deal. I'm going to run through a couple things, then Crab's going to explain a bunch of rules. We need a 6-man lineup for Sunday. It starts with 1 square in the noon slate, 2 squares at the evening slate, and 3 squares in Sunday Night Football, Chargers, Bengals. So that's what we are doing today. The PrizePicks board is pretty, just not filled out right now, especially for that Chargers game because of a potential injury for who?
Yeah.
T. Higgins, which is pretty unfortunate, but I believe we have people on the stream today who have brought a couple nuggets. Shelly's going to help weed out the cake.
Wow, I love that.
Yep. He doesn't have anything to the table, but he's just going to be a mediator of weeding out cake.
Shit.
And
Prop
we
stop
need
pitch
those.
report.
We need those. We need
Yeah,
prop
that's
stop
good.
pitch reports. We need Lauren who's scoring.
Like a green square.
But it's not head-to-head matchups like it was last year. It is whoever's lineup wins the most coin. So on a $1,000 entry. Okay. Noted. So that's a pretty important when figuring out the strategy. What?
Run through what we need in each window of slate of games
Yeah.
for the entry.
We
for this
need
lineup.
1 p.m. Eastern square, which is annoying because there's 8 games, but we got to find the meat on tape square everybody can get behind. We have to find 2 squares in the evening slate with 3 games to choose from, and then 3 squares in Sunday Night Football. Crabs, run us through some of the rules.
Sure. So yeah, we can take demons and goblins. We just need the best payout possible out of the group, right? So we can get cute with it however we want as long as they turn green. Some of the requirements, you can only take players or squares from NFL first quarter,
Echo. Hold
and
on.
NFL
Echo.
first half.
Echo. Everyone's saying echo.
Wow, we have echoes, bro.
Ocean Gate Echoes.
Hold on, Crabs, sorry about it.
No, we're good.
I wonder why.
I think if I talk, it's gonna echo too.
Yeah, it's
Dead?
everybody.
Yeah,
Just Crabs rumors.
Try now, guys.
Crabs, I mean,
Essentials.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check
Yeah.
1 2.
I don't hear the echo anymore. We should be good.
Check.
All right, so we can take NFL, we could take NFL first quarter, and we could take NFL first half. So keep that in mind. But that might be too cute anyways. Correlations are allowed. So if we want to no stack this puppy, we can if we want. So keep that back pocket as well. Any discounts, promotions, or free squares that are ran during that time, obviously not allowed. So you can't put a taco in there. And no combo picks are allowed, unfortunately. But we can take first half, first quarter, and regular squares. And there's a couple more guidelines here too.
Wait, we can't do like combo touchdowns, Krabs?
Or
No
combo feet?
I thought that was allowed.
Yeah. No combo picks are allowed,
They
it
are?
says on here.
That sucks, bro. No
Yeah, it's
bonus
because
field goal.
they're not legal in like certain states. The PrizePicks is legal. Like not everybody gets the combo.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Damn.
Wow. So if we wanted feet, we just have to pick our guy?
Our guy.
That's fucking
tough.
rad.
Gratitude. Gratitude.
And I thought with
Alright,
touchdown for sure, whatever.
Combo
They are.
TDs are
Combo
allowed.
TDs are allowed.
Yeah.
Per Yale.
2 words, Horn.
Didn't even know those were still up, to be honest.
Just because feet's so free.
Can I get one last check on the audio in this room, chat? We have a YouTuber who's saying that audio is moose.
That's
Your
probably
audio is
old,
moose.
right?
Mine is moose?
Yeah.
Do I have a moose mic? Check, check.
Nope, you're speaking to the wrong side of it.
Check, 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 check. Audio's good. You guys are both this. All right, word.
Trent is
Oh, I have
moose.
something to read.
It's
Something to read.
live from PrizePicks on combos.
Combos allowed and not allowed. Combos allowed. Longest field goal made yards.
Oh.
Shortest field goal. Field goal is made combo.
Oh my god.
Rush receiving touchdowns combo.
We're back.
Combos not allowed. Pass yards combos. Rush yards combos. Receiving yard
That's fine.
combos.
So we can only
That's
do
fine.
feet?
And
That's
touchdowns.
good, dude.
That's fine.
Okay, so just no combo receiving, passing, rushing yards.
Think of the 28
Right.
months, Jay.
All right, I'm thinking we start by simply hearing some of the nuggets that the surgeons have for us and putting them in a potential think tank. I have notes on my phone from squares that we've talked about throughout the week, but who would like to start us off with something they've brought to the table?
These are just phenomenal words. I'm loving War Room and Think Tank.
Yep, yep. And let's try our best to not lose plot. As soon as plot is lost, it's when shit hits fan. And we're going to take our sweet, sweet time. If this takes 5 hours, fuck, it takes 5 hours.
Yeah.
No
I
rush.
gotta tweet the cello out.
That's okay.
I'm
No way, we already lost plot.
You said
Right
you
then,
were
right
fucking
there.
doing that shit in the morning.
I
And the
was
plot's
joking,
gone.
I'm
Plot's
joking.
gone. Plot's gone.
Do not lose plot.
Reeled it.
No
You want me to
chance.
kick it off?
What's up, Krabs?
No, that was Adam, I think.
No,
You want me to
what's
kick
up,
it
Adam?
off?
Yeah, kick us off.
All right. Well, speaking of kicking, I am going to bring some feet to the table. And it's going to be Will Lutz. Okay. And I want you guys to hear me out. So with Will Lutz, he's going against the bottom of the league in allowing field goals made to opposing field goal kickers, right? Will Lutz missed both of his field goals and a game-winning field goal last week. Big narrative there. Kickers have made 2 or more 8 out of the last 10 games this season. And like I said before, they are bottom. 7.5 fantasy is also an option. If you look at his chart, it's pretty damn red. He has not hit this line except for maybe once this season. This one is really, really speaking to me. I know feet aren't the best, but this game kind of just feels like some feet are going to be involved. Koo is on the other side of that. We can talk about the 3.5 combo if we like Koo. We did see him drop some last game. So, I mean, both these guys are coming in probably wanting to make some field goals, honestly. So I really do like Will Lutz. I know feet's a little scary, but this one really just speaks to me. So that's kind of where I'll start.
Definitely think that coming off a bagel.
I'd like to see that.
Really, really red. Really
Super red chart.
Let me see.
Super red.
He's only hit 2 field goals, 1 out of the last 5.
That game could also be a kick or
Kick.
G.
Help me with the
Wow, I actually love that.
altitude helps kickers.
Oh, they're
Yes.
in Denver?
Yeah, the air is thinner, the ball goes further.
And you know what's weird on Propside Cash? They had 2.5 odds up.
I've never seen. Oh, that's PATs.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Which I didn't even know you could bet on that.
Yeah, no,
I love
what?
that square. Definitely worthy of a think tank conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the
And,
thing.
and on
like
top
it's,
of it, we've seen Bo Nix and that offense move the ball really well. And I
That
think
is
Atlanta's red zone defense is pretty solid. So, I think they'll get down there, and I think we'll have opportunities.
All right, I fucking love that potential square, Adam. That would be in one of our 2 in the evening window. W starting us off with our first nugget. Let's fucking go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go around the horn here. Jovan, I think you have 1 or 2 that definitely needs to be talked about.
Maybe you want to start it off with double bagel Jordan Love, who's up there for 1.5 passing touchdowns up against the Bears, who not only is Jordan Love double bagel, and we know those systems and how those go. There's only one quarterback that's thrown for 2 touchdowns against the Bears this season, and it was Trevor Lawrence, who did it in or overseas in a blowout. So it was a pretty irrelevant touchdown at that. But the Packers are coming off of a bye. The Bears defense has been tough, but really the only reason they've been so tough in allowing passing touchdowns is because their offense has been so terrible to the point where teams really don't need to push the ball downfield. I do like points in this game, and Jordan Love knows his way around that defense, as tough as they are, pretty well. He's done well like the last couple of years. They've kind of funneled into him pass situation, which is why in the 2 games last year, he had 3 touchdowns and 2 touchdowns, even though one of the games where he had 2, they only scored 17 points. So I know they didn't have Josh Jacobs like they do this year, but they pass funnel in that defense against Jordan Love. And coming off a bye week, I think they're going to have a pretty good plan for him. So I think there is a pretty clear reason why that square is on board.
I love it.
Prop.piss supports this narrative as well.
What is it? What are they saying?
He's never missed this 1.5 passing touchdowns against the Bears in his 2 times he's played them.
No.
The Packers are notoriously own them.
Own the Bears.
Yeah,
Whoever's
they do.
playing quarterback. Doesn't matter if it's Rodgers or fucking Flynn. Matt Flynn.
Matt
bro.
Flynn?
Pulled that out of my ass.
That's a nooner. That's a
beautiful
Rav
nooner.
nooner.
That's a Rav nooner, bro. That is a Rav nooner. What do we know about his injuries / what do we know about the guys
Wide
catching the
receivers,
ball?
yeah.
He's fine. He's playing. I don't know where people are coming up with the fact that he's not playing. He's playing. Josh Jacobs, I think, is the more alarming injury of the 2.
Which would
And that would be great.
Which bodes well for Jordan Love. I love the play, man. No pun intended, but Trent brought this up to me that like yesterday that you were talking about, Jovan. I think it's a very, very, very sharp play that has a lot of good heavyweight to it. So it's definitely 10
It's
a.m.
definitely up there for conversation. Without,
we
doubt.
get 1 square in the morning out of 8 games, so
Yeah.
definitely potentials.
Okay, let's go to Krabs. Let's hear out Krabs is snug.
Yeah, I got another 1 p.m. nug here. Keep it to the early slates. I really like the Browns and the over in this game. Browns at Saints. Browns open up favorites. Sure, the Saints are getting steamed a little bit, but Browns are still favorites on the road. I thought that opener was pretty telling with Jameis Winston under center. But that's not who I want to back in this game. I want to back Nick Chubb. I think he scores in this game. He doesn't have a touchdown square up demon or anything on PrizePicks, which I thought was kind of weird. His rushing yards square is pretty fucking high as well, 58.5. He's not eclipsed that in his last 3 games. And he has a fantasy score up. And I'm thinking, it's red as heck as well. He's going against a bottom 5 rush defense in the NFL. They just gave up nearly 200 yards on the ground, the Saints, in their last game. And I want to fade the Saints in this game. And if I think the Browns are going to be up and the game's going over, I feel like Nick Chubb is finding pay dirt. I like that his rushing yards is so high, and I want to take his fantasy score at more than 10.5. I think he carries his Browns offense to a big-time win, and I like points in that game. And I think Cleveland gets that win on the road here. And then in W game script, they're going to give Chubb plenty of opportunities.
Great solid job, Krabs. You like the fantasy score or
I like the fantasy score because I'm sketched out. They don't have a touchdown square up for him, thinking that I think he does score, and I like that fantasy score. I want to encapsulate everything for Nick Chubb in this game.
He's minus 110 on the books to score.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have a square up.
That's interesting.
They might add that. I like that. Saints defense. Are they new
Their
shit?
rush defense is actually fucking terrible. Like, actually terrible. And they're coming off of that big win when they fired their coach. This is the perfect spot to fade.
His rush yards is 3 yards lower on PrizePicks than any other
It's about to get bumped up. Yeah. Okay.
Kind of weird on ESPN because sometimes I like to look at like my fantasy stuff and then see what they have. They have him projected for 90 yards and 17 carries. And so obviously that's never something that you put heavy weight on, but whenever I see that big of a differential, it definitely speaks. His 14.5 rush attempts, I think, they're obviously going to want to pound the rock is another look, but I really do like that fantasy look. So, yeah.
Nick Chubb game.
Yeah.
He hasn't had the Nick Chubb game.
We haven't had the Nick Chubb game. It's been quiet. He's been coming off that injury. It's been kind of rough over in Cleveland, but it does feel like it could be a spot for him 100%.
This could skyrocket your mini helmets value.
The difference.
I love that. I think we're off to a fucking great start.
This is dialed. Wow.
Come on.
I don't know.
That's good for the morale.
Dude.
Come on.
All right. I think we stay with the three that are up there before we move to the room over here. Is there Adam's got Whaler's second nug that he wants to bring to the table?
Yeah, I have a few, so I'll stick. I'll go to the morning window, and actually, no, what? No, I'm gonna go to this one. So we're gonna go right back to this Denver game. Some people have been talking about it, but the Bo Nix rush yards. This is one that we've definitely seen him use his legs. I've looked into it a little bit. 4 notables that played against him this season: Fields 57, Hurts 85, Baker 42, and Dak somehow got 34. We're talking about 27 yards for Bo Nix. We've obviously seen him use those feet. And so I think this is another strong play in that game. I was actually torn on which one I liked more. I still love the Lutz one, but yeah, Bo Nix, he's got a 27.5 line. You guys do know I like to go to those feet. So yeah, bro, 27.5. And then his demon is 39.5. And it's kind of similar to when I gave it maybe a few weeks ago in primetime when he soared. And it's a good spot. It's a good spot. So Bo Nix, rush yards is another one that's piquing interest.
27.5, bro. And I love this also because I took it last week and bro had a negative bagel. -5 yards rushing.
Yeah.
How do you do that in the NFL?
I will also throw out, if we didn't want to go with that angle, the longest rush at 11.5. I think that one is very notable.
I love that square.
Because it might be a couple rushes. Maybe he's not going to rush 10 times, but I think we're going to get at least 5 or 6 of them. And to be honest, man, 11.5 is a joke. I think he can get many, many more. So
it's a really good square. Thoughts on that in the room here?
Dude, I love that.
I like that.
I think the Broncos win that game too. So
What's the spread in that?
they're -2.
Broncos. Oh yeah, -2.5 versus Falcons. I like it. I like
love
it.
that square.
What are the
Great sell
reports
job.
over there saying? LC
Support it.
supporting it.
Yep.
Chilliard,
Nothing.
what are you seeing?
I don't know. He either soars over, fucking he just shits the bed and doesn't rush the ball.
I would be more hesitant
I
if
think
he went off last week. He had -5.
I think what you really need is you need him to go down pretty early in this game. It seems like anytime they've gone up in a game, he just abandons his legs and tries to keep himself healthy.
I'll be honest. I don't think they go down. I don't think they
You
go
don't think
down.
they go down? Well, they were up against the Chiefs and he didn't run the ball. They were up against the Panthers. He didn't run the ball. They were up against the Raiders. He never had to run the ball. And he had 61 rush yards against the Chargers. I think they were down in that. He had 75 against New Orleans. I'm pretty sure they weren't even down in that game, though. That was the primetime game that was horrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a closer game. I mean, the spread's close. I don't really see either of these teams pulling away like crazy. I mean, Denver's solid, but Atlanta does have that firepower to keep him in it. So, we haven't even talked about Bijan on the other side. So,
What's up, Javon?
The spread also flipped completely because the Falcons were -2. Now they're +2.5.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Probably because they kept that game so close with the Chiefs and the Falcons are kind of going like.
There has to be like an injury or something. Why the fuck would it flip 4.5 points?
Because the Falcons ain't winning.
yeah, I mean, I think they're picking up on the Denver on the rise a little bit.
I mean,
Mhm.
I love the Lutz more than I do the Knicks.
Same.
Just
Yes.
because feet are going to be the result of how this game finishes. You
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
You know it.
Coup, luck.
God forbid he's at 25 yards and he takes a couple knees at the end when they win because we all like them to win. Imagine.
Kirk
Yeah,
was
right.
limited in practice. That's probably why.
He's got a
He's not
shoulder and an elbow.
4.5 for a limited in practice, respectfully.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
Okay.
if the Falcons don't have the ball a lot, and that's just more opportunity for Lutz. Just fucking the Broncos running the piss out of the ball, not really caring about scoring in the red zone. That's just Lutz opportunity.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you about Bijan? And I promise you, it's not biased.
Sure. I'm more
It's
than down to
not-
hear you out.
It's not his rush yards.
See.
Obviously, the Broncos defense is pretty good, but I love his more than 4 receptions. I don't like his receiving yards, but I think Kirk Cousins is going to be pressured a lot, and he's going to be dumping it down to Bijan.
Ask me how many receptions he had last game.
He had 3.
I thought he had 0 receiving yards. Check how many receiving yards.
0 receiving yards on 3 receptions.
Yeah, he had.
Oh.
He had 28.
28 receiving yards?
Mhm.
Trent doesn't know.
What the fuck?
But he's catching the ball 4 times.
He's probably thinking, I fucking love it. I love
I
it.
promise you, he is catching the ball 4 times.
Good.
He does have the 4.5 target line, which is something we could look at. Maybe he doesn't catch. And then
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. I know these ones are scary, but these longest props, they pay. 12.5. If you think he's catching that ball 4 times, you're going to tell me he's not getting 12.5 yards in one of those?
I hear you. I love.
But apparently, the Broncos suck against running backs receiving yards. Like
Yeah.
they suck.
Yeah.
Which is
So
solid.
I would like to know who played the Broncos last week. It was
The Chiefs.
Chiefs. And who's their fucking running back? Kareem Hunt.
Kareem.
Do you have what was he up to?
Fuck.
I love the
No,
square regardless of the answer.
Kareem Hunt had 6, I think,
7 for-
receptions for like
He had
70.
7 for 65.
Bruh.
Yeah. There you go. 7 for
That could be the perfect 2-piece window there, but
There's other games. in
other
that window.
games, other games in
Other
that
games.
window.
I'm just letting you know.
No, I love it.
He's catching the ball 4
I
times.
love it. Love that square.
Real quick, the running backs receiving yards versus the Broncos this season. I'm just going to give you the numbers. 32, 26, 32, 46,
Yep.
15, 53, 73, 102.
That's what I'm saying. They
Holy
suck against
shit.
running backs receiving
Dude,
yards.
if Michael Penis plays, like
telling
he
you,
might
it's
just
check
be
down
checking
city.
it down.
To Bijan.
It's your
It's
safety,
check down
that's your
city.
safety blanket.
And like the joke about Algier, it's fucking over with then.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
they finally realized they have
That's
Bijan on their
square,
team,
dude.
and it's Bijan's season. Like, I mean,
I
he's
mean,
going to probably be a
Bijan's been-
fantasy winner.
Yeah.
To
it's
give you
been
the
him.
exact number, the Broncos are 28th in the league against running back receiving yards. So
God damn it, LC.
W play. W play.
Love that nugget. Love that nugget. This is us in our duff right now. Okay.
What about
We went-
Mr. Overs or Chelly? You guys got
Yeah.
any square or Rav? You guys got any
Here-
squares?
Let's hear Michael J. Overs. I know he's itching.
I only have 2 squares and one Sunday night that I really, really like.
Let's hear it.
I tried to bring one less than, not to force it, but I feel like Calvin Ridley might get put in his seatbelt against Minnesota. I mean, he's been averaging 100 yards the past 3 games. He's been absolutely exploding. His average is at like 68, and his line's at 54, where it is most weekends. Just feels like not even bumping his line up to near like 60 feels weird. And
Yeah.
I think the Vikings bring a lot of pressure, and when you speed up Will Levis's clock, his brain turns into mush.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Calvin Ridley goes more than that, but I don't really love that one.
I love that swear. Only thing I don't like is that it's a noon game, and
I don't want to use it for the.
that's like if that was a middle window, would be so fucking in on it. I'm gonna put it up there though as a think tank option, but I love that.
That is Hollywood Brown of this year, I think.
It literally is,
Mike
bro.
King's back.
Literally is.
I will say
And then-
the only thing is that Minnesota ranked 30th against wide receivers. Their secondaries apparently. That's the prop stop piss.
I'm more so looking at the angle of
Matchup.
Will Levis getting pressured and shitting down his leg.
It's fair.
But like the type of defense that they run is like they don't give up the yards. It's just a matter of like getting to the quarterback.
We're all looking at chat. We can see chat very well.
Yeah, they were
I want-
asking real quick. They wanted the breakdown of when we had to pick these squares. We get 1 p.m. Eastern. We get 2 4 p.m. Easterns and 3 Sunday night footballs, chat. That's what we got to craft up. Okay.
Diabolical.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but if anybody can do it, it's us.
dude. Just keep that out of here. Just keep that out of here. All right?
Sorry, we got a lot more squares to get through.
Just keep that out of here.
Can I give you my Sunday night?
Yeah.
And just get out of the way. Balls on tape. Obviously, I think the game trip Gus Edwards is back, correct? I just
Yeah.
want to confirm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
He was back last week, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chargers play smash mouth ball. Just hand the ball off to either JK or Gus and just punch you in the mouth until you submit. But I don't want to do a running back. I think the person's line that's the weirdest in this game is actually play action. Oh my God, who's down the field? It's Quinton Johnson. He's got 5 more yards than his average right now, whereas Lad McConkey has 5 less. And I think you're going to get a classic play action. Oh, wait, we still have Justin Herbert who can sling the ball to a large wide receiver who it seems like this Bengals secondary. I mean, I think I could get separation in this Bengals secondary. And I think Quinton Johnson, I mean, that could be 1 catch, 38 yards. And I love that square.
As a QJ sharp, or not sharp, I can't find another word for it. Javon, what do you think about fucking QJ?
No way you just call me QJ Sharp.
I don't know. You fucking pay attention to him every game, bro.
Bro, that's crazy. I mean, I like the square. If he catches it when he's wide open is another thing, but I will take my chances with that. Down to tail, Mike.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you look at this Bengals secondary,
I like that a lot too.
and with the matchups of like big wide receivers, every time they played a bigger wide receiver, they just can do nothing.
Yeah.
I have a 3 p.m. nug that I just want to toss out there, see if there's any feelers. And I don't want you to get mad at me because it is Christian McCaffrey, but I absolutely love his rushing yards / longest rush, whichever one you want to pick between the two. Everybody's focused on his receiving yards this week because he just
Was
had
it
like
that?
70 receiving yards. The Niners are going to be up in this game. The Seahawks have the second worst rush defense in the entire league. I'm not even trolling you right now, Trent.
I knew this conversation was coming, man. It's okay. It needs to be
It
had.
needs to be had.
Like,
Like
it has to be talked about.
it needs to be talked about, bro. You can get. I don't think you can let CMC beat you. That's what I'm gonna say. And this would be. I'm just saying.
No, I
this is
I
he.
have no problem.
He played 88% of the snaps last week. Only ran for 36 yards against the Bucks. All right. Nobody wants his stinky little rush yards this week. Everybody wants those receiving yards that he had. I think 60 to 70 last week. This is the week that CMC comes back and absolutely busts. I'm being serious.
I
Jack.
do like that you went his rushing yards over his receiving yards.
Well, because they're going to be winning in the game. They're not going to need to bump it off to him.
Are we worried about Shanahan pulling some bullshit and putting in one of his 7 running backs if they
No.
go up 10 points against the new shit Seahawks?
I think
They're
Devo
all
gets a
hurt
lot of
too.
burn.
I have another angle for CMC. Are we allowed to use the first 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this prop, I know it's scary, but this prop has been so green for many of the running backs I take. But you're telling me this man's not going to get 22 yards and 5 carries. He might get it in 1. So I'm just throwing it out there with the thoughts of like maybe they shake around the hands and whatever. It's just worth a thought. You know, it's a prop that I would definitely stand on. So we don't have to worry about anything else other than like his first 5 rush attempts. I know it's get in, get out, but man, it's so nice to see a green after like 2 rushes and like we're there. So just a thought.
We confirm. Can you take
Okay.
the first half?
Yeah, you can.
Mhm.
Yeah. Was that first half or first quarter?
For what?
What Adam just said.
No,
No,
first
it's-
5 attempts. It doesn't matter what.
First 5 attempts, more than 21.5 yards.
What was
I'm gonna be real.
38?
I just don't know
49?
if I can go.
No, we can't. We can't do first 5.
I can't do that. I
No,
can't.
Okay, it's understandable. Understandable.
Have
I just
we,
If we get shocked in first 5, though, we're going to be looking at each other just like, damn.
You know I
have
can't.
we decided on a framework yet? Because we've been kind of murmuring about are we going to put a demon in here or not? Have we decided and had that conversation
I
yet?
think the Sunday
Can
night
I
game.
submit a suggestion for that? I
Yeah.
think we all agree on 1 touchdown for a demon just because it is make the most money. And I think, like, if one were to get shocked and it were to be the touchdown, I feel like we'd all be okay just being like, fuck, we didn't get 6 out of that guy. But I feel like we need like one demon, and I feel like a touchdown, you probably get good value. And I feel like we can all come together on like one game, one touchdown. Maybe it's Sunday night. But I feel like we do need at least one demon just in case. Because some people are going to have more than one demon, I assume.
Yeah.
Love that nugget, Prendy. No,
W Prendy.
Love
Yeah,
that nugget.
I think we need one demon for sure, no goblins. I think the demon could come naturally as we progress in the day. Like if we like a prop, we just look at the yards or the demon of that prop as well.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was all for doing a touchdown score, but I just like that is a tough way to go out. I would rather trust a guy we just think's really going to pop off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree.
It also depends on when we're doing it, because I mean,
Yeah.
Trent would
If I were
be
to pick one,
bitching
it'd probably be
if we
Cooper Kupp.
had
He's scoring.
if we have like an early slate touchdown. That's
No, I don't want
probably-
that.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
saying
don't
that's
want.
that's the only way to do it, because we're not picking a touchdown score. That's cake in the late slate. Or
I feel like the demon might just have to be in Sunday Night Football, and we got to find like.
It could just be like
Yeah.
Dobbins to have a fucking game.
All right, we'll cross
Well,
that
hold on,
bridge when we
yeah,
get
yeah.
there.
Can we just
Let's not
address
lose
The
plot.
elephant in the room about CMC 2 tutties.
Why are you talking about that? We're not taking CMC to score 2 tutties.
Why do you want to run it back?
I think mentally, do we just remove PTSD from lineup?
I think so, dude.
Like no Lamars, no
that's fine.
Christians, no.
I think you put that in a slip right now, and you just let it be, and then you just.
No, that's why
Yeah,
I'm
you got it.
100% taking CMC, but I understand why you wouldn't want. Like, I get it.
Bro, what? I'm trying to mediate here. Just wanted to address that in the room. No problem.
Thank you, Scraps, for the tier 1.
But
Shout out.
the CMC angle was what?
I think rush yards.
Shelley's rushing yards, right?
I mean, yeah, I loved rush yards. They are the worst in allowing the big play to the running back as well. And McCaffrey's at 18.5 longest rush, which he's never missed against the Seahawks.
All right. Can I stay in that game for a second?
CNC Demon Rush could be a decent look too. I'm just gonna say it because
Okay.
Phil's is talking about that in chat. If we're gonna go CMC, you might as well take him 100 yards Demon.
Yeah.
I do agree with
That's a good
Chat though.
point.
How do we not go Debo in that game? Doesn't he own the Seahawks? Isn't that when he had like 202 tuds every game he plays them?
Yeah, doesn't he? I just feel like he gets hurt whenever I bet on him.
Serious.
Yeah, I do want to avoid the
His
blitz.
fantasy score is high though. You're not wrong.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
problem with
right.
CMC being into like I'm a huge Niners fan, so like I mean with CMC being back in the fold and we're talking about him being probably most likely back to his thing, I'm kind of worried on what receiver is going to be getting what, because it's going to be a game where I think they do focal point for CMC.
I want to stay in that game for a quick nug. Geno Smith pass attempts.
Oh,
Dude.
that's your
baby.
yeah, that's your thing.
Now, my baby's completions.
Get it right.
Gino was in last year's now.
Yeah, but rushing yards, that's fucking cake.
Oh yeah, that was.
But nobody throws the ball more every game than fucking Geno Smith. Great game script on the road in San Francisco.
That's such a good game.
Rumor of DK being back.
It's not on the board though, Trent.
Oh, it's not.
Completions. Nah.
No, what about attempts? It's not
No.
up- it's not up
No.
here.
Not up either.
But I can definitely make a corp call if we really
Sure.
wanted that. But I just want that to be a look. I mean, the Seahawks, or I'm sorry, the 49ers are what, minus 300? Yeah. Minus 300. I mean, I don't see how they don't throw the
You
ball
may
45
be
times.
really low.
Maybe
Huh?
they
I
don't
like
throw
that
the
a lot.
ball. You know, my worry would be they don't throw the ball after Geno looked like Shelley back there the first time they played earlier this season.
How long ago was that?
It's crazy.
Oh, that was, dude, but
That
how
was
many?
the primetime game?
But he threw it 75 times that game.
That was because they were
52.
down $1 million.
Exactly.
The year before he was 18 for 27. Before that, 31 for 44. Before that, 24 for 30. So he seems to kind of go a little bit up down versus them. But
Rumors of weather potentials in that game.
Dude, CMC's might
It's like
just
the
go
only one on the slate too.
Can I
Just gonna put it in the think tank.
move us to a game that is going to be electric? in where the Bills are favored against the Chiefs.
Absolutely. Wow, we talked about that yet.
Yes.
I feel like we could possibly potentially get some sort of demon going with Josh Allen, who
Beautiful.
I can't even imagine how bad he wants to beat this
Yeah.
Chiefs team. I saw it in chat from a first-time chatter. Shout out. I wouldn't be shocked if he runs one in just to look over at the Chiefs sideline. I also know Krabs did bring it up on TMA. We could take his less than a pick because I don't think he's going to turn one over against the Chiefs.
Mhm.
Especially after 2 last week.
I think he could take his rush yards every time it's like, oh, big game for the Bills. Josh goes Superman mode and he tries to like run people over. Could so see that happening.
Okay, it sounds like there's
Ogman is a big Bills guy. He said careful with Josh.
Fuck. We move.
to
To the Chiefs where I give you DeAndre Hopkins because they're winning that game.
Why, Ogden, why, bro? You don't seem too dialed on this game for whatever reason.
So
I think
his
the
prop,
rushing yards
I will
are
say we talked the last couple of nights. His favorite prop so far, correct me if I'm wrong, Ogman, but it is Kareem Hunt on the other side in his rush yards. He thinks they're going to be pounding a rock with him. He has a demon for 69.5. It's only 5 more than his normal line. That could be demon potentials.
Yeah,
I do like Kareem Hunt a lot to get a pretty solid workload.
Was Pacheco
And-
cleared to practice this week?
He's not playing.
He's not playing for weeks, dude.
Wow.
He's not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kareem Hunt's up for a normal touchdown as well. 14 fantasy score. So I was actually waiting for the fantasy score to see when that would pop. That could be a good one. But yeah, Kareem Hunt definitely has been speaking to me after he brought that up.
Yeah, he just did not run the ball a lot last game too. The Chiefs were
Yep.
trailing that entire game against the Broncos. That's why he had like 70 receiving
How did
yards.
Jonathan Taylor play against
He went crazy.
Also, just demonize Jonathan Taylor because the
That
Jets
is the way to beat.
fucking
It's the way to
gone.
beat the Bills.
I wanted to put that in the
Gotta
window.
run the ball.
Jets are gone. dude.
Wait, the
the
way to
Bills.
beat the Bills. Jonathan Taylor apparently went fucking crazy against the Bills last week.
Yeah.
How many
He
yards?
run
You
the
got to
ball.
run the ball. Yeah, you got to run the ball. They got
And we
DeMar
know-
Hamlin playing
they'll
like a
feed
fucking
him.
all-pro safety right now. Makes no sense.
They do.
Straight up.
Stupid. I also think you could take Jonathan Taylor against the Jets. I mean, we are chalked. It's over.
JT is on my
They are.
list.
Same.
They are. If we were
We
putting
have
a demon touchdown scorer in here, and we wouldn't be too scared to put it in because it's in the early window. AR is 100% scoring this weekend.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That one's
wait,
scary.
what?
Saying if it wasn't an early window and we were putting a demon touchdown scorer, Anthony Richardson will be strolling his little ass in the end zone.
Has he not scored yet this season?
Scored the first game of the season, and he hasn't
Sure.
since.
He's read it out last 5.
Sure.
He hasn't played.
He's
Yeah,
at
I
a
mean,
15
we're, like we are
fantasy.
like Sauce Gardner said he downloaded social media, then deleted it again. Like we're fucking shocked, dude. You could I really do think you could take anyone on the Colts. Like this could be.
Dude, I'm so pissed we get one fucking
Yeah,
swear.
I
there's so
know.
many good
It's
games.
so dumb. It's
All
so
the
dumb.
games.
I thought the
Stupid, bro.
Jets are here. No. Oh no, we're
No.
here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So dumb.
There's so many good squares in the one.
So many good ones, bro.
I think they did this just to actually put us in a frenzy.
Yeah, for
Do we
sure.
want a game stack of 4?
It's an option for sure. Option for sure. I'd
So we
say
get 3 here, correct?
Yeah.
Can you put how
No,
many we
2.
get?
Two.
No,
Two.
it's one, it's
How
1,
many
2,
we
3.
get?
It's 1, 2, 3.
Sorry. Dude, 3 into Chargers game.
No, that's
is
crazy.
Just.
I mean,
I don't
Um,
get that. It should be 3 in the fucking.
Your
units.
moderator desperately needs a new visual pod, so
Krabs, can I get something out of the sir in the top right?
Yeah. So you mentioned that Josh Allen interception square, and I do really like that less than. There's actually a interception square there that I like better on a less than, and it's Sam Darnold this week.
Wow.
He's thrown 7, or sorry, it might be 5 interceptions, but he's thrown 1,000,000 picks in his last 2 games. Yeah, he's thrown 5 picks in his last 2 games combined. I personally don't think he's going to be throwing the ball a ton in this game. They're big favorites. They're playing against the fucking Titans. I think they win this game big and run the ball a ton. And I do really like that Calvin Ridley square from Mikey as well. I don't want to let that get swept. I know this is in the same game, but Sam Darnold is not throwing a pick this weekend. He's thrown
Who are they
5
playing?
in his last 2.
Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, they're playing the Titans, who has a stingy defense at times, but yeah, that square being up is ridiculous after 5 picks in 2 games, and he's at -115 on both sides on the books, and it's W game script in my opinion for Sam Darnold, who needs to take care of the football.
Needs to take care of the football.
what did I miss?
Sam Darnold less than a pick from Krabs. He's had like 5 in his last 2, and then
There's two weird pick squares. Josh Allen less than and Sam Darnold less than.
For under picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trent's not fucking with the less than picks.
I just like there's just squares I love so much more.
Yeah.
For our one square.
Yeah, interception squares scare the shit out of me. I'll be honest.
They do scare me as
It
well.
takes one bad tip.
We're just like a drive.
It might not even be his
Hail
fault.
Mary.
And like, but yeah, it's a good. I'm sure it's gonna happen. It just scares the shit out of me.
Like a 2-minute drill, and they're running the Hail Mary. Dude starts to pay. Like it's just like what
Turns into fucking Jared Goff.
So what?
The same reason Trent gets so fucking pissed is the same situation that's Darnold's going to be in because Trent gets mad when Goff is up a billion in games and doesn't throw the ball. What do you think is going to happen with the Vikings in a bounce back spot against the Moose Titans?
It's valid.
Absolutely
100%
right. You're
valid.
not wrong, but is that
The best square we
is that
have.
the best? Is that better than Jordan Love off a double bagel? I just
Dude.
don't know.
I feel like we like the 12 o'clock needs to be a Colt, dude. I'm not even just saying that biasly. Like we're like not only the Jets losing that game, but like, dude, the Colts are literally built to just rat fuck the Jets defense, like in every way. I think the Demon could so be in that game. As watching every Jet game, like the Colts are literally built.
I mean, it's got to be.
I think it could just be JT fantasy, man. Like
Dude, it really could.
If we could just let him have it all. He didn't get it. Like he's coming off 2 games where he didn't get that fantasy. He has a regular touchdown square. You know, he could get a little bit of everything, but
Touchdown.
Dude, he's
gonna go bonkers, dude. I think 15 fantasy is just way too low. Let me see what they have on ESPN for him.
He has a regular touchdown square. He was
Yeah,
at
regular.
Gob last week.
Why is that square up, bro? That's kind of.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He was at a Gob against the Bills last week.
That's what I'm
As a
saying.
dog.
He's projected 18.6 on ESPN.
You guys like also act like the Colts are fucking like good. They're not. I know
I'm
Jonathan
telling you,
Taylor, I
they're
get
not
that.
good.
As much as I would love, I love Jonathan Taylor, and he's probably made me the most money. The last place I want my money is in somebody else's hands when Anthony Richardson is coming back and he's going to be playing hero.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
That is a good point.
It changes up the script. I can't believe this, but they have a Lamar Jackson Anthony Richardson combo.
I'm telling you, that's greener than goop.
Fuck.
Lamar
Richardson is in
AR.
Lamar
is in
AR
multiple
combo.
square touchdowns. He has one with D Hop too. I think he is.
Give us 2 opportunities with 2 of the best to do it.
We're spitting facts. I like.
No, this is good.
It just
Good.
sucks. We have so many good squares in the early window,
I
man.
know.
I know.
Okay.
That combo might actually be fucking
The Lamar
dark green.
AR
Yeah,
Lamar AR.
dark green.
could be air.
Lamar. What was last week, right? When everybody nuked him and he got stopped at the 1 too.
He did,
Yeah.
yeah. Granted, the Steelers are going to be like that's tough. I mean, I think we obviously lean on AR in that situation, but to have the availability of both is pretty
It's
good.
even better though, because I want a good run defense at red zone and the goal line. Because that's what they hold.
I don't know if I could lower my mic. Sorry. guys.
Is there? I mean, I want to pause for a second and go to Sunday Night Football
I have one.
and get some nugs. Rav has a nug.
Ooh, Ravna.
All right.
When we think about what happened the last time the Bengals were on prime time, we think of last Thursday. One of the most electric games of the year. Points were all over the place. Now they're playing a really good Chargers defense. I think we might need to go look at feet for Sunday nights. And more
Sunday night
specifically, McPherson field goals made.
Sunday night.
Taking a page right out of MMG's notebook.
That's crazy.
This is the book that MMG read.
The book of MMG.
It's at 1.5, Demon 2.5.
1.5.
Oh my
Okay.
God, he's a 1.5 demon, 2.5.
I mean,
demon.
I love the 1.5 demon. Not gonna lie. Do we want to put 2 feet squares in here? Probably not.
Whoa.
But if it's green, it's green.
Wait, he's a 1.5 demon and a 2.5 demon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a 6.5 kicking points.
What does that normally mean? That's weird.
It's kind of weird. I mean, it can. Man.
Plus the Bengals are off a bye. They might actually be rusty, or not off a bye, but off 10 days rest. They could be more rusty, not drive it down the red zone.
Has
into the red
McPherson
zone.
been shaky
And the
this year?
Chargers defense is ridiculous. He has
He's
been.
been terrible.
But do we trust that? You know what I
The
mean?
Chargers defense is no joke.
He's had 4 field goals in his past 5 games combined, and he's only plus 100 to go over 1.5 and minus 130 on the under.
Crap,
on the
6 games,
Bucs.
brother. Last 6.
Okay, last 6.
That's even more. No, that's even more to your point.
It's really disgusting, but we need 3 in that game.
Only plus 3 or only plus
not-
100 for that over.
Dude, the first
Guy hasn't been
quarter,
kicking
the
it
first
all.
quarter combo's not up yet.
Dude, I don't know.
Games, dude.
I like it as a potential option.
And a potential demon.
Even combine it with
Yeah.
Dicker too if it's up.
If Chad doesn't like it, it's probably great.
Why is it 1.5 and 2.5 a demon?
We also need to
That's
see
good.
what the payout would be like if we were to build it out and see what that 1.5 really gives us, right? Because sometimes these
Yeah,
demons
it
don't
wouldn't
really
juice
boost
it up that
much.
much.
Yeah,
It's
not
only
a
plus
bad
100 on the
demon.
books.
Yeah.
If
I
you
do
like,
feel like damn near every indoor primetime game, especially Sunday night, just always spawns with feet, dude.
Yeah,
Always.
they've all been feet games.
I already see first drive Chargers.
I like points in that game. I like the
Okay.
Bengals in that game. Maybe this will be the McPherson game of the season. We've been waiting for it.
Okay. Josh, what's your nug?
all right, so I know it's probably not going to get picked, but these have been printing all year. Lad McConkey, first quarter, more than 8.5 receiving yards.
Dude, those dudes.
So if you do the math on that, like that's 36 receiving yards at 55.5. Like if he just gets 1 reception, he's getting that. You take a number 1 receiver to get 1 reception in the first quarter.
McDonkey.
Yeah, his yards per catch have to be probably 10.
He's averaging like 10.5
Yeah.
or something his last 5.
His yards is less than his average.
McDonk.
I will say Josh and I.
How have the Bengals been versus the slot?
It's a good question.
Because that's where he lives, and that's where he's going to be.
I mean,
I hate taking a first quarter square in a Chargers game. Obviously,
I can't do first quarter.
offense, but
Yeah, it's
they're
gonna be
they're
tough.
also milking, dude. They always
We also-
do.
you get one.
It's
literally
It's literally a catch.
I mean,
it's a catch.
That's all you need.
The only reason why I like have to let that marinate is because we need 3 squares from the same game, and like yeah, maybe we do
Dude,
have to
I-
get cute to get a 3rd square that we like. Like
I like that a lot.
I again like I don't want to be caked in the first quarter, but at the same time like wouldn't it be sick if we were green in the first quarter and everybody else is sweating out something for the rest of the game? Like
But what if he gets fucking strapped?
no, I mean the Bengals haven't strapped anyone. To
Someone
be
said
honest.
Bengals are always burning clock.
Dude, but they
Realistically, what is that? 3 drives, maybe?
Bottom
I don't
6
want-
against slot receivers. Thank you, Prendy.
Huh. W. Prendy. I don't want Mikey's Quentin Johnson square to get fucking swept either. That got bumped up a couple yards, by the way, from
Yeah.
this morning.
That's
Definitely
why
not.
we need 3
No, that's a
squares
good
from
one.
this game. That's why I'm like and trying to entertain every single square that comes out.
I have a square, so I'm just going to try to push this one a little bit. But, man, Will Dissly, okay, tight end, 27.5. It has moved up since Monday. I like either that or his longest reception at 13.5. I'm starting to grow to love that a little bit more. He's hit that for the last 5. The Bengals are bottom 5 in catches, yards, and touchdowns allowed to the tight end. Some notable tight ends that played. Mark Andrews had 68, Brock Bowers 45, Calcaterra 58, Njoku 76, Atkins 42. Mark Andrews in the first game had 55. So this line to me is just way too low. I do lean that longest reception now a little bit more maybe because I honestly think he will be getting that. But Will Dissly, I mean, we need 3 squares. We've obviously seen, I mean, his targets has gone up. His last few games, the last 5 games, he's had 5 targets, 11 targets, 7 targets, 3 targets, and last week he had 6 targets with 5 receptions. He's catching the ball. He's getting the targets. He loves throwing to them. And again, you know, when we're facing a bottom 5 league team versus a tight end in a primetime game, I just think he's going to use that blanket and he's going to be going to him.
Dude, that's why he's on our team.
This is green.
That's
This is
why he's
This
on
is Adam's square, and this is green.
He's dumb.
I like that a
Like-
lot.
Like this is the green square.
Really?
I'm very confident. I mean, Krabs, Jovan, what do you guys think? Like,
It's definitely green, but he has been fucking carrying for the Chargers over the last month or two. He's been doing job. I got no counters.
We're not asking for much either. Like, we're not asking for anything crazy here. I mean, I just think the line is just a little weird. I mean, we can look around at other squares that might pique a little more interest. The 3.5 receptions, like, you know, the 7.5 fantasy. If he hasn't scored a touchdown, they're giving up the most touchdowns to tight ends or top 5 in the league. So 5 targets, These are all lines I feel like are just way too short. It does concern me a little bit that they are this low, but at the same time, I think it's just kind of what are they going to put them at? So,
What'd you say about that nugget with the Bengals defense against tight ends?
they're bottom 5 in catches, yards, and touchdowns allowed.
That's a W nugget.
I would assume that
Let
their
me see.
defense is bottom 5 in like everything.
In every
though. Like it's
passing
probably like
statistic.
everything.
Do you like his
So you could
receptions?
probably
Adam, do you like his receptions? 3.5.
I do. Like I don't feel like we'll
They're so
go
low.
too wrong with it. You know,
What's the
they
game?
have him projected for 4 receptions and 34 yards with 5 targets on ESPN with 8.14 fantasy. Everything is higher than what we're getting on PrizePicks.
Since week 6, Disley has a 22.9 first read option, third highest in the whole fucking
Wow,
league.
what a nug.
nugget I've ever heard.
Will Disley, third highest in the league.
Do you remember how much Herbert used fucking Gerald Everett? Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
I know they're different players, but
Can we we would need the Bengals to do their fucking jobs.
You don't think the Bengals are going to do their jobs after losing a close ass divisional game, brother?
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are going to be in a close game. I mean, who do you guys think wins that game? Chargers or Bengals? I think the public
Bengals.
is. Krabs likes the Bengals. That is not what I expected.
That'd be great.
Bengals are going to win this game. They're not a 5-4-6 team. They are, I think Bengals win this game, and I think it's going to be close. We're going to get some good fireworks, and
look at the Ravens.
Yeah.
Tell me the Chargers are going to be 7-3 after this week.
I don't
fucking
think they
know.
will.
I do love the
I don't
jelly.
think they will.
That can work.
It has been working.
I mean, regardless, every single Chargers primetime game somehow ends up coming down to the wire. So I don't think we're in blowout script.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
The spread's
No,
obviously
pretty
a
good.
so that would tell you that. But every single game goes the same way.
Same for the Bengals too. I swear.
Bengals do.
Like, I shit you not, dude. I feel like Will Disley will get like the first few targets, dude. He likes starting early and often with him. We've seen it in these games. Like, he likes to go to him. He's gonna go to his reads, but when he doesn't have QJ deep, he's gonna dump it. If Ladd is getting covered and not getting his space,
No E.
it's gonna be definitely Will Disley's.
That's just gonna be hard. I'm not gonna lie. That might have been the square of the day, and Trent just blew it by and misspelling his last name.
Dude, relax. What does it fucking matter?
Literally wrote Pisley. Holy shit.
Do we?
You wrote
You're
was literally
Pisley.
Pisley.
Dude.
Can I suggest narrative
Please.
for 425? The way to beat the Bills is by also, in fact, hitting your wide receivers and Jigba 70, Tyreek Hill 80, both Jets, Garrett Wilson, and Lazard at 100+. And the best quarterback in probably NFL history is playing the Bills. So can we not find a Chiefs wide receiver to go stupid on the Bills secondary?
Worthy.
I feel like they're going to run the ball a million times with Kareem Hunt in this game. I really do.
Oh, though.
So bad not throwing the ball.
Yeah, they're just not going to use the best quarterback in the league the one weekend.
Well,
of the
you're also
year.
getting, I
You gonna
think,
put
Juju
fucking
back.
moose shit Xavier Worthy in this entry, or
No, I'm just saying like DeAndre Hopkins,
up.
Travis Kelce.
I think Juju's coming back too. I think there's just
What
a
I will
lot.
say-
He's gonna spread that ball, man.
Xavier Worthy rush yards is hitting, and that's a demon.
Could be anyone.
That's for sure hitting.
Wait, read that, Nug.
I've watched every
Yeah,
game
it's
as a
open.
fan of the Chargers, unlike most, but Chargers have gotten a lead every first quarter and then get conservative and let teams back in game. If you're going to take a Charger receiver, it has to be yards because if they get a lead, Herbert will not throw that many pass attempts. It's a good nug.
Chargers defense will I feel like they usually get a stop too, pretty early.
It's a good nug. So he's saying take the yards that can cash in 1 or 2 catches rather than the receptions where you need volume. That's what he's saying.
I mean, yeah, but that just I don't know.
Ahan,
Yeah, I mean Worthy's gonna hit, but it's not worth pitching because I know we're not gonna
I
take him.
weirdly thought you'd come with Worthy.
Yeah, no, I mean I do think he has a big game, but I don't think that's when people will get behind.
I wrote down Herbert's pass completions because I've been hearing a lot that they're going to pound the rock and all this and stuff, but he's coming off 18 versus Cleveland and then only 14 versus Tennessee, and he's sitting at a 19.5 line. I did look back some notables that had completions versus them. Lamar had 25 and 26 when he played him. Minshew 21, Watson 31, Daniel Jones 22, Dalton had 26, and Jaden Daniels had 21. So a lot of completions are happening. So it kind of tells me a lot of dump offs as well. I mean, some people are saying like maybe he might not pass a lot, but the completions was kind of a look to me. So I feel like he could be thrown just at the same time. I do like J.K. Dobbins' rush yards as well. I do think he needs to get moving. I think that's a great prop for the night. And, I think we got to get creative because we don't want to have the same props as the other teams as well. I think they're going to go pretty square and pick Jamar Chase and, the usuals. So
when the lights are brightest in prime time, I feel like every quarterback has that safety blanket, and I feel like Disley is that safety blanket for Herbert.
I love the Disley square.
And I think, but Adam's
Certainly
talking
was
about
the last time they were in prime time. He had like
Weirdly rush receiving yards.
8 catches, 11 targets, 81 yards last time they were on prime time.
He was that dude.
Disley.
You serious?
Yes,
Talking
Monday
about-
night bullshit game against the Cardinals.
Can I ask? Well, I'd say we need to establish the Sunday Night Football framework. Are we going 2 Chargers and a Bengal, 2 Bengals and a Charger, 3 Chargers, 3 Bengals?
Green is green, bro.
I feel like we should figure that out right
I
now.
thought you were going to say something about a demon. I thought you were saying we need to get a demon. I don't think
Maybe
care.
Maybe we
about
try to lock in our 3 squares for the night game. If there's a demon in there, great. If not, we know we got to find one potentially in the other 3. But maybe we try to set the 3 night games and then work backwards from there.
Yes.
That works.
Yes.
Thoughts on
Since
Justin
we
Herbert,
need
1.5
3 there.
passing TD demon?
That's
tough.
I like
Maybe
the
Dobbins gets it.
Bengals. I like the over, but I like the Bengals, man.
Are we officially coming to terms with William J. Disley in the 6-man?
I'm married to it. I think that's the best square Adam said all day, personally.
I love the square, safety blanket, white tight end.
Dude. I mean, that's
You just
gotta be.
You're holding the bat.
In stream.
Reel it back.
I
Restart.
just hate doing this.
Sorry, guys, with the mic. I'll try to talk lower. I don't know how to make my.
Yeah, if you just talk normally, it doesn't peak.
I talk
All right,
loud in
Kelly
general,
Freeze, Lauren, William J. Disley.
When you write it like that.
yeah. If you're fine with
If you are actually taking into account my spelling of this player,
No, I'm not looking at that at all.
Thank
you.
No,
Thank
I
you.
don't
I am, in
care.
fact,
It's
thinking,
funny,
okay.
but no. No, yeah, if you like it, I'll ride that. I don't care. That was a great sell job.
great sell job. Michael J. Overs, William J. Disley.
I'm in.
Are you? Doesn't seem too
I
confident.
just hate that you misspelled it, but
Please stop.
we'll just Disley, like that's nuts. But I'm down. I do like it. I think it makes sense.
All right, we have our first fucking square.
Wow.
Wait, receiving yards? We didn't even talk about what
Yeah,
what square we're
receiving
taking.
Receiving yards.
Receiving yards.
Receiving yards,
Can
27.
you write
Yards.
Can you write yards or something?
We can still discuss later, like if maybe the longest reception, we could still finalize.
Oh yeah, Adam, you did say you kind of like that one more, right?
I mean, I like both, but it is an angle that's one that we should rediscuss when we get down to the final etching of it.
Disley's not even up on any other book or anything. He's only up on PrizePicks.
Weird.
Interesting.
That's
Weird.
interesting.
Have you Chelly Nugs?
Yeah, that's.
It makes me feel confident. It feels like PrizePicks probably just guessed with that number.
I love it. I love it. Great work.
I got an angle in that Sunday night game that I'd love to pitch to you guys and see what you think.
Yeah.
So looking at some of the squares for the Bengals, I'm seeing Joe Burrow's pass attempts, 36.5 after a 56 piece, 39 piece, 37 piece. I'm seeing his passing completions low as heck compared to what he's been doing as well. And then I'm looking at Chase Brown, a guy that nobody ever respects, a guy that nobody ever wants to take.
Yeah,
I'm seeing his rushing yards at 61.5. That's high as ma. 4 to 5 reds. All right, he does have a 120 game mixed in there, but against his Chargers defense, I'd say you have a better chance of running the ball than you do passing the ball. And I think the Bengals, surprisingly, after what we've seen recently, it might not be as much Burrow as we're expecting. They might lean a little bit more on Chase Brown. And in a W game script, in a high-scoring game that I think they're going to be winning in, I wouldn't mind leaning on Chase Brown, who's got a weirdly high rushing yard square.
To add on to that, Krabs, Khalil Herbert came in, fumbled his first snap. And I think that leans even more into what you're saying. I think that.
And I would love to back Herbert. He's a Hokie, but I can't.
No, I'm just saying they might not. Even Herbert's not sniffing.
What's the angle for Chase Brown? I love Chase. I nuked him with his rush attempts Granted, I
Bro.
knew the game script was going to go exactly how it went against the Raiders. They fucking destroyed him, and they ran the ball to him 20-plus times. I don't know if it's the same game script in this game.
Krabs and Duff, props.piss, PrizePicks 3 yards lower than anywhere else
For what play?
for Chase Brown. And similar to the Nick Chubb
Chase Brown rush.
rush yards, 59 on PrizePicks. Everywhere else is 62.
Okay.
61.5 on PrizePicks.
Oh, dude, props.piss, man.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes your lines are off.
I think rush receiving could be a look as well. We did see him getting a lot of targets. I mean, he had 11 targets for his receiving. He's at a 4.5 line. So running backs versus the Chargers this season, Tony Pollard had 44, Nick Chubb had 39, Kamara had 67. James Conner's the only one that had like a massive game. He had 101. But receiving yards, Pollard had 19, Kamara had 55, and Connor had 55. So they are giving up those passes as well.
My biggest worry is that
It's also
the Bengals
game
aren't playing
script.
from. Yeah, I was going to say the Bengals aren't playing from behind.
All those teams like Kamara, fucking Chubb, and Pollard, they all lost by double digits or more.
Got it.
I don't think
Like, we
Brown's
got to decide
going
on
to
that.
play catching the ball this week.
Especially with the T. Higgins injury, too. We don't know if he's going to be playing. I probably prefer to stay away from the receiving part of
Yeah.
Chase Brown, especially since it's extremely green. He's been a huge part of the receiving game.
Yeah, the last
two
week he
games.
popped off.
I feel like this is the one we get nasty with it, and we take Chase Brown rushing yards if we're
Yeah.
going to do that and just keep it nasty,
It
back
is
to red
nasty.
square. He's done his receiving work in the last couple games. A little bit worried about that T. Higgins injury. Maybe they just establish the run anyways if they're down T. Higgins.
First time chatter, just give a
I
dissertation.
mean, that's
I mean,
insane.
that's-
Holy
Top
smokes.
five-
Wow.
Top 5 nugget here from Fade Book of Chew.
He's already in lineup. Disley is in
I know,
lineup.
but
First
that's
time
just-
chatter.
I mean, if you
Yeah, if you have
That'll
any
make you feel
doubts.
even better about it.
What if I told you?
Chase
I'm
Brown,
just kidding.
the Chargers are the 7th ranked rush defense, which is the only concern, but that might make me feel like attempts. Like, didn't you say you liked attempts?
That was like my meat on tape 2 weeks ago against the Raiders.
I mean, that's high as heck, too, bro. 16.5.
16
I
and a
know.
half.
It was,
That's what I think I
once.
like more.
it was the same line against the Raiders. This is why I think the Bengals low-key win this game. It's because of how
Yes.
high that fucking rush square is. Rush.
Yes, dudes.
I think I like that rush attempts more.
I love that. And
Sure.
I think we got to go all in with a game script for this game to be able to craft the WMMG game stack.
Yeah.
You know the script. Bengals win, relatively high scoring, relatively close.
Dude, would it not be perfect to go with the rush attempts for Chase Brown, which I need some nuggets in chat on, by the way. Disley yards. And then if we think the Chargers are losing this game, we got to go with something to correlate with Disley.
Oh my God, who's
I
over
love
the
the
top?
rush attempts.
You
It's
love
so-
the rush
it's
attempts?
it's red. Yeah.
Dude,
I love
Chase
that.
Brown rush attempts, like one of my favorite squares I've had all year.
It's the most
He
red
had
I've ever seen.
13 last week, and then again, he had those 11 targets for
Wait.
passing. So he's not going to have as many of those. That's going to take away. So, I mean, he really only needed 4
Right.
more attempts to hit this
Dude.
line last week.
Yeah.
The Bengals were losing the entire fucking game, and this dude somehow gets 13 rush attempts
Yeah.
against the
The
Ravens last
Ravens,
week.
which had 70
How the
million
fuck
points.
Dude, they're
did
going to
he
want to
miss-
chew clock, too.
That's insane that he
Keep the
still
ball out
got
of Herbert's
13
hands.
somehow.
I don't know
I
if they
love that.
want to chew clock though, because the Chargers will also be chewing clock. So if
This
they
could
get
be
down,
broken.
they
Like,
might need it.
we're up.
Which is why we like.
ESPN has him at 13, which is a little alarming and weird. But again, I don't put everything on that. I like to look at the comparison. So it's a lot less, but he's still at those yards.
Yeah,
They have
you're
a
right. You're right.
61
Pat,
-ish.
my bad.
But if you play the Bengals, you have to stop the pass, right? So, like, as good as the Chargers have been stopping the run, you don't line up against Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and stack the box. It's going to
You're
be
going to sell out against the pass, right, Dave? And say, beat us with the run.
That's
We
what I'm
haven't seen you
saying.
do it yet,
I
right?
mean, if you like rush attempts, like I understand the Chargers have an amazing defense, right? Like that carries. But if you play the Bengals, are you putting 8 in the box and you leave you in your corner 1-on-1 versus Jamar Chase all day?
No.
Or do you relax it a little bit more and then you tip your cap if they beat you down the middle, given that
Yeah.
you trust that your linebackers and your D line can stop the run by themselves? I think
Yep.
that's what our line is as high as it is.
So what are you suggesting?
I like rush yards.
I was just
think-
gonna say, yeah. Oof.
Yeah, I think the reason we want to go rush attempts is because we're so scared of the Chargers defense. But like, if we all believe that the Bengals going to win, Brown has to get those rush yards.
Yes.
That's true.
Like, they're not winning without him not getting those yards.
Yeah.
So unless we think the Chargers going to win it, then sure, let's take rush attempts. But if we're all going to agree that the Bengals are winning this game, Chase Brown is getting fucking, what is it, 63 rushing yards?
61 and a half.
60, yeah. So 62.
And on a 16 and a half rush line, if you divide that and you break it down, it's at 0.27 per carry. He is way higher than a 0.27 per carry running back. So it's, as we talked about it, I'm starting to lean more because, I mean, he's going to get 62 yards if he's rushing 17 times, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I'd hope I fucking hope
And he
so.
could break one. They go up early. They start milking clock. He ends with 15 rush attempts and 100 yards. When he finally breaks one for the first time this season.
Yeah.
He's going to go
I think it's
ballistic.
one of those things both hit, but I think the rush yards more.
I mean,
And then I think, oh my God, the Bengals are leading. We have to take shots. Oh my God, it's Quentin Johnson.
I'm getting
Dude, he got
chills.
bumped.
I'm getting chills.
Back to Malik. RB1s are averaging 12.6 rush attempts for Chargers. 2 out of the 9 running backs have hit over 16 and a half.
We don't need 16 and a half. That's not his line.
It is.
It is his line, actually.
16 and a half.
16
Isn't
and a
that
half
so
is his line.
high, bro?
So high.
So high.
Yeah.
That was the same line, Javon. Remember I had it against the Raiders?
That's the
No,
game
I
he
do
popped
not
off.
Remember the Raiders.
That's the one game he popped off, Trent. So let's hope we get the same vibes there.
No, dude. They just pulled the Dicker McPherson combo.
Relax. We were never fucking taking
Really?
When were we
No,
taking
it's
that?
it's
We were
McPherson
never-
1.5 demons or nothing for that one. I feel like
We were never taking that, Trent. I promise.
I can't.
With that game script, McConkey is going to be the first read to move the chains. Says Ahan.
Second read is Will Disley.
All right, so Chase Brown seemed to have just gotten the room kind of bricked up.
I mean, Dave just pretty much bent us over and taught us.
Chase Brown receiving yards.
No,
Sorry, rush
rush
yards.
Bro.
Let's go around the room. Adam's got Wales.
I would
you-
like to say I and also demon potentials at 69 and a half.
Wow. Okay. Definite demon potentials. Javon, do you have anything against Brown rush yards?
I have nothing for or against it.
Oh,
Really?
nothing for?
You don't like it?
I
Is there
mean,
an alternate angle that you see that's a better read in this Bengals game?
that's why I said nothing against it either, because we have to force 3 squares.
We do. Krabs. Is this your square?
Yeah,
Okay.
it shit's hit.
Mikey Over's thoughts on the square.
I like it. I think he's going to go ballistic.
Do you love it?
Yeah, I like it. Love it. Yeah. I love it.
Lauren, thoughts?
What was the nugget that only 2 of 9 running backs have gone over this summer?
For the rush attempts. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, because they've beat all these teams by a lot, which we don't think is going to happen.
They've been winning a lot of games.
a
They've
pretty
been in W
irrelevant
game
nugget.
scripts. Their opponents have been passing a lot. That's a good point. Yep.
Yeah, I'm in.
Shellard?
Listen, guys, we are all Bengals fans Sunday night. I'm being so serious. We might as well nuke the Bengals minus whatever the spread is. Because if the Bengals aren't winning this goddamn football game, we're in piss.
Dude, I
Yeah.
hate to be the guy. I feel like the Chargers win this game. Dude.
Really?
Like, I think Harbaugh just dude. The
Really?
Bengals are
Listen,
junk, dude.
if the Bengals aren't winning this football game and the game script doesn't allow Chase Brown to get fed, we are in cat meat. We are literally in fucking moosher.
It definitely doesn't mean everything, but I do want this on records. The Bengals plus 1.5, one of my favorite plays of the weekends.
I think it's the Bengals.
Loving the
too, bro.
Bengals.
I think it's the Bengals as well.
PTT.
Who's going to be guarding Jamar Chase? Let's talk about that. Who's going to be who's going to be guarding Jamar Chase?
Yeah, well, I
What's
haven't
going to
really
be
talked
that
about that.
situation?
I mean, it's just really tough to go back to Jamar after.
No, I don't want to take him. I'm just who's going to like. Do we have someone on defense that's going to be strapping him up? That's going to be opening it up for the other Bengals.
I think the Chargers have that good of a defense that there's not going to be. I don't think they'll follow
Do
him
have
with
a
this
good
Asante
defense.
Samuel.
You have to bracket them. But that's why I like the rush yards. Like if you're the Bengals, the way you win this game is by like being as complimentary as you can possibly be. Like you don't beat Harbaugh by just chunking it 50 times.
I just feel like they're playing the worst defense in the NFL.
No, they
probably.
suck. Yeah,
So
the
like,
Bengals
why don't we
suck.
just say the Chargers just fucking beat the dog shit out of them because they're the worst defense in the NFL,
I don't think
and they haven't shown up once yet.
I don't think the line suggests that's going to happen.
Yeah, line is there.
Have the Chargers beat the dog shit out of any team?
But I'm just saying, like, guys are going to get their yards against the Bengals because they're the fucking Bengals.
And then Disley's loaded up.
I know, I love this.
Disley's loaded up. That's
That's
what
what I'm saying. But like, I also agree with Javon. Like, if the Chargers do what the Chargers do, milk clock, punch the Bengals in the mouth, what are the odds the Bengals are really going to be like, all right, we're just going to keep
So are you suggesting J.K. Dobbins? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I don't know what I'm
The
saying.
way you like.
No, I
that's-
like Chase Brown, but I just like, I don't think the Bengals are an auto win here.
I keep going back to the Bengals and Joe Burrow's pass attempts. Like if the Bengals weren't going to be winning this game, why the hell would Joe Burrow's pass attempts and completions be this low? I mean, they are astronomically low compared to what he's only been passing the last 3 weeks.
How low?
I feel like that's pretty telling. Looking at
How
Joe
low?
Burrow's pass attempts and his completions, how low it is.
What's the number?
How low are we talking here?
So
Let me look.
36 and a half
36.5.
pass attempts. He's soared over that his last 3 games, especially against the Ravens. He had 56.
How much
And then his
higher
pass
you gonna put it,
completions.
Well, do you ever see it any higher than that?
though? Like I've only seen 40s when it's like Josh fucking Hoover, dude. How many times do we see NFL 40s?
Yeah.
QBs versus the Chargers. Will Levis had 23 attempts. Winston 46. Rattler 24. Kyler Murray 26. Bo Nix 33. Mahomes 29. Fields 32. So
What was that for?
some low. Those are low. Those are their pass attempts versus the Chargers this season. So some somewhat lower numbers.
Yeah, my gut's telling me that Joe Burrow does not go over 36 and a half.
You mentioned Joe Burrow rush yards.
Yeah, that was a potential option for sure.
Do you want to
It
talk
would
about
be
that
a little
one?
bit of a correlation station to take under the pass attempts and over the rush yards for Chase Brown.
True. That would probably fuck us with the payout.
Yeah,
Let me
well,
see.
Possibly.
Let me see.
I
if
mean,
it
no
does.
matter what, we're gonna have some correlation.
Okay. What was I just doing again? Fucking correlation with Burrow.
Joe
under
Burrow,
and
yeah, less than pass attempts, and then Chase Brown more than rush yards.
wow, it actually doesn't.
What the? I mean, that's what I would do, but again, like we don't have to get that nasty or weird.
Yeah.
Group project. You know what I mean?
Chargers milk the clock so much it limits many possessions for their opponents. Bengals will have the ball less in a game than they have all year.
See, like I agree with that, but they've also been up double digits for the last month straight. So, like, if they're losing in a game, obviously they're not going to be able to milk the same amount of time. And that's what we think is going to
They're
happen.
not going to be able to milk clock when they're losing.
Dude,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
you go.
what I'm
Maybe you go Disley, Chase Brown, because if everyone thinks Bengals win, then let's just lock in as a group and say the Bengals are going to win. They use Chase Brown, who mucks on the ground, and then let's just take either another Chargers receiver because they haven't been down this year, so they're going to have to use Justin Herbert. So maybe like Justin Herbert or a Chargers receiver or
Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, is that what we talk about Quentin
Or you could
Johnson?
not sell out for the game script and take the first quarter.
That's true.
Or primetime feet.
McPherson, Demon, field goal also lingering around.
Or the
think the
Bengals,
Bengals are gonna muck
the
them
Bengals
into
aren't going to
field
be
goals.
beating the Chargers to field goals.
But the Chargers.
Could
They
definitely.
definitely could,
They
bro.
might, dude. They might.
This is
Cardinals
not
did
good.
that on primetime the last time the Chargers were there.
Chargers red zone defense.
Their
is
defense is
fucking-
in the Bengals.
No, I'm saying the Chargers red zone defense is fucking insane.
But I'm saying if you think the Bengals are going to win the game, the Bengals aren't winning the game with field goals.
Well,
I agree.
they'll have a couple opportunities for sure.
We only need 2 though.
I made a 6-man just to see like what payouts would be. I did Chase Brown normal yards. It's 25x with this slip, and then if I put him at the demon, it's only 26x.
Yeah, it's not even worth it.
There's no point.
Not even worth it.
No.
Never mind.
I'm looking at Chase Brown, and immediately my gut's telling me he's going over his rush yards. I mean, bro hasn't fucking sniffed this shit since he played the Raiders. He had 120 against the Raiders. So red, bro.
That's a lot of red.
That's so red. It's definitely suggesting everything. All these squares are suggesting the Bengals are gonna fucking win this
Where's
game.
our Chase Brown nugs, bro?
Dude, you know what I think we do? Let's just take a step away from Bengals Chargers. I feel like we're getting down in the weeds.
Yeah.
Chase
Yeah,
Brown, let's
good
say,
call.
leads the category as we step away.
Step away.
Let's
Can
Good
we
call.
make like a note next to Chase Brown or something, Trent?
let's,
We can even
Yeah.
write it
Let's
down.
put a star next
Yeah.
to it.
let's go to the 1 o'clocks where
You
someone's
want to
brought
try
up
to
the
find our
Raiders.
1 o'clock square? I like that.
Great call.
Why doesn't Brock Bowers muck? Josh brought that up on TMA. I feel like that's actually not a bad angle
For
if we
1
want to
o'clock?
talk demons.
Yeah.
Or 1 o'clock?
They're +7 in that game. And
+7.
no
Gardner's
Devontae
back.
now. I think the last 2 games with Minshew, he was targeted 15 and 10 times.
He's targeted 15 to 10 times with Minshew.
Listen,
You
guys,
think his target's 8.5?
I'm a Raiders
4
fan.
receptions.
You don't think
You
Brock
really,
mucks?
you really want to bet on a team that has nothing to play for? And
the team, bro.
It's not.
I understand that it ain't the team, but our best player, like God forbid anything happens to him, or our first overall pick, like we don't want him to get hurt. We don't want anything to fucking happen to him. Like this season's over, bro. Like
That's not how it works.
I understand that's not how it works.
I really want to talk about Pat Freiermuth receptions. It's at 2.5. Baltimore is 31st in the league against tight ends. We're asking for 3 catches.
Fryer?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't hate Patty.
Is that a
Fryers.
noon geyser?
You know what?
That is a 3 p.m.
The line's
3?
really
Yeah.
suggesting that the Ravens.
No, it's a noon geyser, man.
Oh, it is noon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noon? Dude, that's
It's
such
okay.
a good square. That's such a good square. I promise you that's it.
No, I like the read. It kind of annoys me how they don't use him more than they should. And also, who's the other tight end that's like been spawning in, getting a bunch of
Darnell
catches?
Washington.
Yeah, dude. Darnell Washington's like all of a sudden Kelsey.
Yeah, he has
He's getting,
been way more
he's getting
targets.
so many looks.
There's
It's
also
because,
that. Go ahead.
It's because Arthur Smith likes to use the 12 personnel a lot.
There's also
And-
that Lamar Jackson passing yard square.
I want to hear from Josh real fast.
Don't
And
ask about the
his answer will dictate my reaction here.
You know what his answer is going to be, dude. He's traumatized.
Is Jordan Love throwing 2 touchdowns? Took
I
too
mean,
long.
dude,
Took too long. Fuck.
Do you want to bet against the only good part of the Bears? Like, that's the only thing that's good. Like, literally the only thing that's good.
Fuck, man.
No, that's-
He's not lying though.
Like, do we want to bet against the only good part of our team? Not even the defense, the DBs. We have the fucking best DB in coverage this year. Like, that's half the field that's gone.
Well,
He hasn't even had a touchdown once this year.
I mean, they're letting fucking, what's his name? Yeah. It made Drake May look like
He
Mahomes.
scored 15 points.
Huh?
He scored 1 touchdown.
But do you like that?
What do you mean?
more than Nick Chubb? Like, let's not. I feel like we gave a rigmarole here. This is a 1 p.m. game.
I
I
understand.
like Nick Chubb get swept.
We
Either.
I just like I don't hate the play, but I just don't know why we would bet against the only good part of the team.
I mean, I'm not going to push it any harder because it's a weird square, but everything you're saying is exactly why I want to take it.
I understand that. Like I completely get that.
What
but-
doesn't make sense makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
there's the only quarterback to throw for 2 touchdowns on the Bears this year did it while they were down 21 points overseas in fucking England. Now they have this up again when he's thrown 0 touchdowns the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I need it.
I've seen
I
everything.
need
that
it in there.
I need it.
I
Do
need
we
it.
know how many quarterbacks have been up against the Bears for 1.5 touchdowns?
I mean, probably.
Because if we knew
good
that,
bet.
that would give us a better picture. Because if everyone's been up for it and no one's hit, then why would we take it?
Well,
That one
what
just-
we really need to see is how many quarterbacks have been up off a double bagel. And as a person who has been monitoring every single week for these squares, because I take them in every sport, there's been like 2.
I'll tell you what, Andrew Billings is out, our best defensive tackle, best defensive lineman besides Montez Sweat. they're going to be able to run the ball all over us. That's what they're going to do. Matt
You
LaFleur
think
loved-
a banged up
Matt
Josh
LaFleur
Jacobs
loved
is going to
beating
do
the
it and
Bears.
steal it? Then I will tip cap. I will tip cap and I will leave it.
Say that again. What?
I'm saying if you think, are you talking to Josh or me?
You.
I'm saying if you guys think or that petrified of a banged up Josh Jacobs stealing that much volume at the goal line, then I will tip cap and I will leave it and not say a word.
Listen,
But
I desperately need one Jovan/Ahan square in this lineup. I need one. I just need one.
Pat's going over.
We also just while they're pondering that, we haven't talked about, and his squares have gone away, but Mr. David Montgomery versus Jacksonville.
Yeah, I know Krabs is looking at that too.
Huh.
that can be up there for conversation too.
Like I'm just waiting for his fantasy. He's a green gob for a touchdown. They took all his other props, but if we can get his fantasy score, man, I really like that. More rush yard.
All right, so we're back at the ones. Let's see from what let's not forget what we had up. We do love the Jordan Love passing touchdowns. I know Chandler loves that. We do have Nick Chubb legacies. That could be a free demon, although the Saints love to hurt people. We do have Ridley unders. Could be a look. Jonathan Taylor against the Jets. I mean, you could literally blindly pick running backs against the Jets and they muck. Brock Bowers and Pat Freiermuth feel like they're definitely at the bottom of the list.
I think this is where you guys got to be careful when you're using.
I got it.
Yeah,
It was
because
on
if it
LC.
like gets caught in your shirt, you're literally scuba diving.
I think we take JT out of the conversation. I think Javon had a good point. With AR in the mix, it's gonna be tough to read that one. Even
I
though
think
like
this
him
is
a lot.
where I got to put foot down and say Jordan Love is our first leg.
Wow.
I actually love you doing that. I don't even love the square. I love you doing that. It's got to be it.
Joshy, I love
Hate
you.
that, though.
I love you, Joshy. But this needs to be in it. And you just need it's one of those things like poker, you gotta pay to see it.
I got to pay to play.
You gotta pay
I
to
love
see it.
I love that they have a Josh Jacobs touchdown square up.
Sorry, chat. I'm sorry.
Charlie's a big poker
like-
guy. Big poker
I
guy.
would.
Yep.
I do want like everybody who's going to be in Atlanta to have responsibility for like one square that they fucking own, or at least as close to their square as possible.
Oh, I don't think we do.
No, we don't have to, but I would like
Group
to.
effort, dude.
No, it's a group effort. Absolutely, it's why we're fucking here. But
Didn't
I
we do
want to
that
get
last
everybody
year?
collabed in this lineup, like they feel like they have a piece of it.
I was about to say
So,
we kind of did that last year and
But-
it didn't work.
I want to jump real quick to a square that I fucking love, and either we keep it or throw it out. LC's fucking Bijan receptions.
That's hitting. That is literally
Can we
hitting.
talk about it? Can we put it in or leave it out? I need to
I
know.
need to know who's starting at quarterback. I need to know who's playing quarter. It might not be Kirk.
I'm not even. This is not biased. This ain't even goat well. I don't even care. He's already green in the goat well. Not actually, but he's soaring.
I just need to know who's playing in quarterback. That's the only thing that's holding me back from saying yes.
Kirk's gonna play.
Doesn't really matter.
He might not be good. He might be like Kirk early on in the season where he couldn't move, but Kirk's gonna play. He practiced today, limited.
I think if it's Kirk,
be out there.
more. Michael Penix is going to be like fucking backpack.
He'll air that
He's
bitch
gonna
out.
Sling that out.
Also, we do have to remember if it ends on 4, that affects payout
It
greatly.
does for sure,
Fuck.
but it doesn't.
Yeah,
fuck it.
well, we could also take his 4.5 receiving targets.
Yeah, that's true.
It does suck that it's on an even 4 number. That does suck. So maybe a targets is a better look, but because if that pushes, we're gonna be so mad because a push is as good as an out.
I
Yeah.
can see it. Everyone's gonna be bitching because it's Bijan if it's whatever. So I would just move on from it.
No, but I think
I
why
don't think
don't we have it? Well, we don't have to lock it in today because T. Higgins gave us time because he got hurt, right? So we can make the lineup and we can
I
see
know how
if
that
Bijan
goes.
No, but
I
if,
know how that
if
goes.
LC's got cold feet, then she's got cold feet. We don't have to do it.
Why do we have cold feet?
I don't have cool
Just-
feet. That's it. But I'm just saying for the group, I know how it is with
I just like
Bijan.
would hate for LC to feel like fucking down because she's getting chirped.
But you just said you wanted everyone to have like.
No, I
That's
do,
all right.
but I'm hearing where she's coming
No, I
from.
think you. Let's talk about the other ones in the
Okay.
3 or 4
Okay.
o'clock games.
Okay.
Why did I don't?
I would like to get a lot of attention on the Kareem Hunt rush yards.
Let's leave it on the think tank. Let's go back to it in a second.
Before we
All I'm
move,
saying
just
is
so you can
Pat
marinate,
Fryermuth
just so
moving.
you can marinate on the specific square. Out of all the times Bijan's had 4 catches, 4+ catches, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. All of those but one, he's gone over his yards, which is 25.5. And the one he missed, he had 25. So if we're that concerned about the receptions pushing potentially, might as well just take yards. In my opinion.
It's a good point.
I don't hate that either. I think the Saints are also rad. Just give it to Bijan, let him go crazy.
Yeah, like we have to think about the talent of these guys. Like when we're taking receptions, like what are they going to do with this ball? Like Bijan's.
It's just against the Broncos. It makes sense. Like we ran the numbers.
Dude,
like it just makes
the Nuggets.
sense.
We're forgetting the Nuggets, man. The Nuggets were insane for this square.
Like the Broncos suck against running backs, receiving yards, or receptions.
It's a really fucking good square. I forget the Nuggets.
I think it's just a bunch of dump downs.
Literally fails. He breaks one, it's green. 30, 20, what yards? What's the line? Give me some props.
25.5 receiving yards.
Oh,
someone give me some props on Nuggets. I need Green Book odds at CLV checks.
It's green. His last 4. His receiving yards is at 25.5 minus 120 on the books. So it is juiced to the over on the books.
If we do end up taking this, though, Trent, you have to swear to not be pissed when Algier catches one first drive, because I guarantee you that's happening. No bitching.
He's gonna be pissed, Javon. I can't.
No bitching allowed.
I mean, I'm gonna be bitching, bro.
There we go.
But it's every game. It's every game.
Why is that number like that, bro?
What number?
Like he's very green.
It's literally the same every week.
Is it just because the Atlanta are going to be ahead in this game?
Well, we could go back and say the same for Will Disley. You know,
he's
not as green.
He's the same every week, green. No matter who they play. Only
it was still like 10 yards under his average, though.
Only 3 running backs hit their yards all year
against
the Broncos. That can't be true.
The Broncos just gave up 2 in the last game.
That can't
Hunt
be right.
and Pirine went soaring over their yards.
Yeah, that can't be true. I feel like there were Nuggets that
they're also the 28th ranked.
To
running backs receiving yards. So let's.
Oh my god! Fuck. That just scared the shit out of me.
And Big Daddy Lover's here for chill.
So they're playing the Broncos, and they are dogs, bro. They're dogs.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at Pirine and Hunt both went over their yards last week.
Don't let Lockie derail you. Don't let Lockie derail you.
Henry and Justice Hill also went over their yards the week before when they were also
fucking Henry, bro.
Just stop saying that name and receiving.
Derrick Henry went over his receiving yards, okay. Lockmouth. What are you fucking saying?
So did Miles Sanders 3 weeks ago, had 7 for 38 through the air. So him and Chuba both went over his yards. That's
Miles
3 straight weeks. Both running backs have gone over their yards.
Sorry.
Last 5 weeks, Broncos giving up the most receiving yards to running backs, Lockmouth. Somebody put him in the bin.
I'll say this. I have a buddy that when he bets every single time, like if it was Bijan, let's say receiving yards, just an example, I had like 25.5 yards, and I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? He always goes, good football player, does good things.
It's literally it.
I listen.
Is a good football player.
He's been the best fucking running back.
If you think he's catching 4 passes, then you probably like his receiving yards. Has there ever been a time where he's caught 4 passes?
It's very rarely. Sure. Very rarely.
Once.
The only thing I was saying is just like these check downs, but I mean he's a shifty guy, you know.
I got to move it around some props. It's really weird. I don't know why, but I'm in this 6-man. If you put Bijan's demon at 29.5, it's 21x. If you just take his normal one, it's 25x.
And that's
I'm kind of out on the demons. I feel like we don't even need to use demons because like I'm messing around with these. They're not changing anything good for us.
Yeah, because probably the demons are like plus 100.
Yeah.
I mean? So I think we just stick with the regulars and not have to worry about demons at this point unless it really changes it for us.
Let's take a vote. Oh, sorry, Krabs.
I'm going to say this. I don't want to be fucking Debbie Downer, and if LC's putting meat on table on it, she's putting meat on table on it. But does it worry us that Algier has a 1.5 receiving yard square when he's had back-to-back shooting bagels?
No,
yes. And he also has a 0.5 longest reception square, which is crazy that's even offered. But that's one play.
Not up every week.
One play.
It's every week though. It's every week. I watch it.
Not the longest reception. The receiving yards.
Okay.
It's every week.
Just had to get that out there.
But I mean, we're in no rush. Like, do we just table that and break down all these others and see if we like one of those more.
Put a star. I feel like we have two
Yeah.
squares.
And we're in no
Put a
rush.
star.
We don't have to commit.
No, let's not get caught in the weeds. We can go, okay, we like Bijan,
Yeah, like, if we
start
like
it,
it,
and then
cool.
let's move.
See if we like something more. I'm about winning.
I do like that
Definitely
we
no
don't
rush.
have any
Definitely
running
no
backs.
rush.
I do like that we don't have any running backs in this yet. I think there's a lot of room to add running backs. I don't think it's.
Speaking
We
of
have
running backs,
Chase.
I don't know why, but I fucking love Bo Nix rush yards. I love it. I have no idea why I love it. I can't even give you a sell job. I don't remember the sell
I
job,
love
but I
it too.
love
Where's Adams?
I love it too, man.
If they're gonna win the game, he has to go go.
But do we like that better than Will Lutz?
Where did that one come from? Oh, that was Adam.
Because it's in the same game. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
the
the
Same
Will
game.
Lutz one is crazy to me, dude. I don't know.
Lutz,
It's-
Knicks, and Bijan are all the same game.
Put down.
Yeah.
Yep, we're forgetting about the Bills, Chiefs, and the
Yeah, I
Niners,
know.
Seahawks.
I know. I feel like we'll be bummed if we stay away from that game.
Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's gonna have something in that game.
true.
Why would we stay
Bro,
away from that game?
how are we not putting Josh Allen less than a
Yeah.
pick in here, bro?
Because it's just
I mean, we might as well just tail the fucking go well at that point. You got Bijan and fucking. It is.
Um,
could literally go
His favorite is Lutz.
Not showing less of it.
I would love to talk about Lutz again because that was my favorite. from
Lutz,
Adam.
1.5 field goals. Let's come back to this.
Yeah. 2 thumbs up for me on that. Fucking love
I
that.
I love that one.
Lauren's bricked about that one.
Divisional
love
revenge
Pete.
narrative too. He used to play for the
I love
Saints
that
for
one.
years.
I
mean, he missed
fuck
the-
the
he
Falcons
missed
over
the
one
game
more
winner.
time.
Wait, say that again.
He missed the
Little
game winner.
divisional
and he
revenge.
blocked.
Coming off a game winner,
Missed a game winner.
Lost,
or
got
coming off a
blocked.
missed game winner. Yeah.
blocked. It was blocked. It was blocked.
That's
Blocked.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right,
blocked.
dude.
He's
Yes.
pissed.
In Denver, W altitude.
Yep.
3-point spread.
W.
W key number. I'm demanding only one pair of feet in this lineup.
What's the total for this game? That's what I want to know.
Great question.
I think it was like 44 and a half.
Okay.
It's good. I like that number.
It's a good
Okay.
number.
I fucking love it, dude.
I think it's lots. It sucks that there's other squares we like are in that game, and who's to say we can't come back to it? But I
Well,
feel like it's
right.
pretty clear we're in love with that Lutz square, bro.
No, dude, I like Lutz. My only thing is I'm gonna say it, and I just want it to be said, just to put it out there. We only get 2 in the 425 slot,
Yeah.
and we're picking probably the ugliest game to take both squares from. Is that incorrect or is that correct?
No, I don't think we've confirmed anything though. Like I think we only
Yeah,
take
we haven't-
one square from this Broncos Falcons.
Yeah,
I think
do
No,
agree
that's
with
what I'm saying.
that.
the
We have-
other two
But
games
we
are
have 2 stars. right now.
the
Like,
other
if we're
two
looking at
games are
425s,
high octane
bro.
offenses that we need to get involved in.
Yeah, I agree. Like, dude, that Bills Chiefs game, like, sharp or not, that thing soars because those two fucking hate each other.
Listen, we need to figure out what game we are taking a square in immediately for this 3 p.m. window.
I
Right.
think it's Chiefs Bills, right?
Okay, so we 100% taking one from Chiefs Bills because there are 3 games we all love. Are we 100% taking a square from the Falcons Broncos? We need to make that decision now. We have 3 squares we like.
I think we
Yeah, I
are.
think so.
Okay, so it's either Bijan, Lutz, or Knicks. All right, we need to make a decision. I think now and be done with this game
I agree.
because this game is.
Yeah, we need to get out of this fucking game. We need to
It's
get
got
out
to
of
be lots. It's got to be lots.
Does it got to
Krabs says it's got to be Lutz. I know Lauren loves Bijan receiving. I think this is where everybody else comes in and weighs in. Maybe we get a nugget from chat on one of those 3.
Because I do like Lutz.
And keep in mind, whiteboard is not final answer. Like we'll have a later discussion before we finalize. But
But Adam, I think we get this. I think
No, yeah,
we
I think we get this game out
get
of the
this
way.
game out of the
I
way
agree.
now. I think it's been lingering too long.
what's in this fucking slip?
Who? Lutz?
Yes.
Put him in that shit, bro.
Holy!
Put him in that shit.
I want to talk through it.
Do we trust a goat or a foot?
Lutz is gonna have his
I like both.
opportunity.
Again,
Lutz
I
is
know it's
definitely
kinda
gonna have his
confusing.
opportunities. The Falcons.
I will tell you this: the Stars have never aligned more for a fucking field goal prop. I'll tell you that. Like they have never aligned more.
It's so red.
And their
So
altitude
red.
is so.
You could also make the other argument of the kids on PrizePicks that grab and go. Bijan is so green.
I know.
Let's put it to a
Put
vote.
both
Let's go around the
sides.
room. Let's go around the room. We have Bo Nix, Bijan receiving, and Lutz field goals. Let's start with Adam.
No,
Let's start with.
It's
Your
I'll go
Lutz.
Lutz.
Let's just square.
Javon. Lutz, Bijan, Knicks.
Lutz.
He
but
said lots. I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty
go Lutz
torn.
too.
3 Lutz.
So the 3 on the screen, Lutz. Goes
What
to-
were you torn between, Javon?
Yeah, what are you torn? Because I want to hear that too.
I mean, I don't really have a favorite out of the 3, to be honest with you. Like, I could be down for anything. I mean, if LC's dropping meat for Bijan, like, I'm not going to say no to that.
I
like
know,
Lutz,
my God.
Sell job behind that too.
I can
And
hit him up,
Knicks,
too.
I don't like too.
All right. Can y'all hit up Lutz? All right.
I think we probably can. I don't think Lutz is a hard guy to get at home.
We got Snell lurking in the chat. You think he's got a square for Sunday?
No.
No, we
my.
can't lose plot.
We gotta reel it
I'm
in.
sorry. I'm
No, we're
sorry.
not losing.
No.
We got Snell in chat, but we have to reel it in.
Trent, I think it goes to your vote now.
I need Shelly's vote.
Fuck off.
Shelly.
It's fake Snell. Fake Snell.
Fake
What?
Snell,
Fake
dude.
Snell?
Thanks,
Are you fucking
Trent.
serious?
Can't even keep the plot.
I look like real Snell.
Fake Snell.
That's all, man.
Listen.
Let me hear Shelly.
I want to stay away from Bo Nix. I'll start there. I think it's between Bijan and Lutz.
Chote, what, bro? Can't have a friend.
The total being at 44.5 tells me I think there's going to be some feet involved. I think the feet are aligning, but I'm going Bijan. And I know that's probably not what you thought I was going to say, but I think Bijan is who we rest head on pillow. I think if Kirk's banged up, Drake London hasn't really been feasting that much. Kyle Pork's been too good as of late. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going
Shelly's
Bijan.
Bijan. Lauren's Bijan. Hold on, Mikey.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just trying to reach out. Sorry.
I
Oh, okay.
think I have to go with Bijan, and it's going to come
Holy
down to Mikey.
shit.
It's going to come down to fucking Mikey Over.
Oh my God.
No.
3-3. It comes down to Mikey's vote.
Why would you?
Can we get a? Can we get?
You could have heard what I
Can
said.
we phone a friend with Rav? Can we phone a friend with
Wait,
Rav?
I need to hear what Mike. Actually, I kind of know where Mikey's going.
Can we phone a friend with Rav though? I want to hear what Rav
All right,
was.
before Mikey says, let me phone
Before.
a friend.
Hold on. Before that, I'm not trying to just sway anything because I do like Lutz out of the 2, but I'm looking at a couple tweets right now. Bo Nix coming out and publicly defending the special teams unit for how last week went down. He had a whole statement about it. Plus a Will Lutz quote tweet saying, "Team game, we're all in this together. We're going to be better. Excited for the challenge the field goal unit has in front of us this week."
What the Why would he ever say that? Why would he ever say that?
I got chills.
The way you
Bo
got
Nix talking
chills.
about his field goal unit. I
Bo
got you.
fucking
But dude, are they
knows.
trying to get touchdowns or field goals?
They're
They're
the
just like, hey, let's
Broncos.
go ahead and stop here. We're gonna kick that field goal.
They're
and
the
prove a point.
Broncos,
I
bro.
think it comes down if the opportunity arises, job's getting done with that feat.
No,
you know
that
what
is
I mean?
fair.
I'm phoning a friend.
I'm new
To
regardless.
Rav in the corner.
Don't even sweat.
We're not doing side nukes. This is the lineup for the week.
No, I know, but
We're
I'm.
not doing
No, yeah,
side
no,
nukes.
no.
I'm not gonna even talk about it
That's the
once.
second time you mentioned a square that you're.
Well, I'm
We're
just
not doing
still,
that this week.
but I'm still gonna have money on it. You're not gonna stop me from putting money on
No,
it.
dude, we need to be sweating.
I'm gonna be sweating it. I'm not gonna be sweating the other shit. I'm still gonna have money on it.
I'm phoning my friend Rav.
I really liked the angle of the Bengals needing to kick a little, like just 2 field goals on Sunday night, and we need 3 squares in that game. But the Lutz angle is also just ridiculous. I love it.
Wow.
Michael J. Overs.
We got it.
It's about winning, all right? Whatever you think is green.
That's facts. That's facts. We need green, chat. We need fucking green.
I feel like
Someone's gonna be mad.
No one's mad. It's
No,
about
no one's
winning.
gonna be mad.
It isn't
I'm
fair.
just gonna,
for-
wait. Hold on. Before you say something, do we really think, like genuinely, I'm asking the question because we haven't really talked too deep about either of the other 2 games. Like, if we don't have better squares than those 2, I don't give a fuck that they're in the same game. Like, if maybe we go through the other 2 games
Nah,
and see if
I
there's
think
an angle we can all agree on first.
Those don't correlate
But
at all.
Javon, were you saying that Bijan receiving and Will Lutz
Yeah, which is
don't
fine.
correlate?
Like, it's fine. It's not like it's like essentially you're taking place in different
What-
games, so they don't matter.
What my thing is, I do think this is a rat shit game. I do think the 44.5 is lower on the lower end for a reason. And I do think there are 2 other banger matchups it's going to be a good game for Preps. For the other 2 games, I think Chiefs Bills. If we don't get involved in that game, we missed out massively.
Can we pause on Broncos for a second and dial in on Chiefs Bills?
Yeah.
I don't want to. We've already gotten this. Why we're at the finish line for this game, and why would we pull out?
Fair.
Bijan.
It's Bijan.
It's Bijan.
Wow.
I'm scared for LG.
I feel like it's got to be.
Take Bijan.
This is nuts, dude.
But yards, not
what?
receptions.
He's on what?
I needed yards.
It would be receiving yards.
Just the receiving yards.
Also, everybody else is gonna have squares in the Chiefs.
So maybe it is
100%.
fucking Lutz because everyone's gonna have
Bijan.
Bijan.
Like,
Bijan's been the best football player for the last 4 weeks. We're taking the best player in football the last 4 weeks. We're taking him again.
I have received a gut call message.
Do it. Go with your gut. I don't think anyone's
Go
going
with
to be
the gut.
upset. No one's going to be upset here. Oh my God, what is he going to write?
I'm not gonna look.
Go ahead and
Listen,
crack open
dude.
that L, man.
It doesn't matter. Listen, it's no matter what.
oh wow.
It's I like that. I like that you made the call. I like that you made the call.
Wow.
I like that you made the call.
Wait, what did he do? I didn't see it.
You're out Lutz.
Robots.
Listen, no feelings hurt. Green is green, right? That's a disgusting game, and you know it.
Honestly, you're making calls. I'm so down. I'm so down.
It's a team lineup, bro. They're all our fucking squares.
Don't reach out. They're all fucking capping about
They're all
weather.
fucking
I
squares.
fucking love it. I love it. I don't think.
This is what we needed to do last year.
Yes.
Just put your foot down.
Put foot down.
Well, hold on. The
Does
weather
anyone look
doesn't-
at wind
the
miles
weather
an
is
hour?
important. The weather is important. What's the Nuggets on the
It's
weather?
fine. They're lying about the weather. Don't even reach
Okay.
out.
Well, if someone can give us an honest, anyone in Denver,
Tsunami.
how's it looking?
It's sunny and it's a beautiful day in Denver.
And the air is thin, and no one knows that air more than Will Lutz.
It's supposed to be 52 and clear
Oh,
on game
baby.
day.
Oh, baby.
Yeah,
Crisp.
All right, and you know what?
3 mile per hour winds.
Let's now go to the games that are going to be bangers in the 4 o'clocks. And if we really can't find a square, we'll revisit B.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, we have
There's still open slots.
2 guys named Will.
Will Lutz, Will Bisley.
Yeah.
Lots and love.
And a little bit of will to win.
Listen, Lauren. I was
That's
just I'm sitting there
It's a good square.
in
all
my
right?
head. I'm thinking about us sitting on the couch watching this.
We could still circle back to Bijan too.
No, I
100%.
know.
100%.
We absolutely can't.
We can
Yeah.
still
Fine.
circle back to Bijan.
Nothing is done. Nothing is done.
Okay.
Love Will.
So there's 2 other games in the noon middle window.
Real quick, Trent, what squares are you in love with right now? What do you have circled on the board?
Those were the 3 in the game we were just discussing.
No, we moved to
But
the other games.
we have CMC Rush. We have Geno Smith attempts. Something Josh Allen. Something Kareem Hunt. Something Worthy.
Did you say McCaffrey?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this because this is maybe the only honorable weather nugget. The game with by far the biggest chance of rain on the slate is Seahawks 49ers.
Run that fucking ball.
CMC rush yards.
I'm
That could be
telling you, bro.
CMC Demon. It was always
My ear to
CMC.
that.
CMC played like dog shit last
dude.
He
week.
said run that ball.
CMC played like dog shit last week.
On the other side, Kenneth Walker, like as a Niners fan, he's always done well versus us as well.
That's also fair. But will they have the game script to run the piss out of the ball to K9?
That's a good
K9.
point.
I mean, there's 6.5 points.
Han, what are your nugs on CMC, bro? And Javon, what are your thoughts on CMC?
I mean, I can't really say anything bad about CMC.
Can you give me something?
What do you want from me, man? Seahawks run defense is rat piss. Maybe it rains, maybe it doesn't. He should have gotten more touches against the Bucks last week. He didn't. That game was weird. First game back, super weird script. They weren't feeding him enough. It's probably going to be healthy. It's also the second time that 2 divisional opponents are facing each other. So usually that leads into a little more conservative of a game script, which is why I was a little more worried about Gino just slinging rock 50 times again, second time around.
Yeah,
I think Diva goes off that game.
and not CMC.
No, I'm not saying that.
Debo owns Seahawks.
I'm just.
I
It's
might.
like I never.
Can you do, what is Christian? I think he's gonna go ballistic actually.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm also a big like PTSD vibes guy.
No, like I don't care, bro. I've moved on.
Okay.
I've
Can
moved
I
on.
can I slide in a
Moved
nugget?
on.
Green is fucking green.
Moved on.
Can I slide in a nugget?
Please.
Kenneth Walker receiving yards. I think that game script's there. I think Gino's been absolutely loving him as of late. We saw him get 8 targets in the last time they played the 49ers. I think they could just dump it. I love CMC, but I'm thinking the game script is that I'm keeping it very square and simple. The Niners going to be ahead. CMC is going to get the ball, and it's not even going to be raining that much. It's 35% chance of rain.
I'm
Everybody
not
here
worried
wants,
about the weather.
okay, everybody here wants to be a weatherman. Just I don't think it might be a little bit wet, but I don't think it's going to be it's going to be pissing.
Can you just read to me out loud what Lockman
No, I understand. Again, that's why I pitched CMC. I think this is the CMC game, but I also think that if you want to get a running back's receiving yards, K9 is going to get the checkdowns from Gino. He got 8 targets last time they played.
DK might be back as well.
CMC against the Seahawks. 108, 114, and then it went away. I can't see the rest. 145.
Yeah.
I don't think you.
Krabs, let me hear from you.
I like it. I'd rather go with Kareem Hunt, but I like it. And I like it a lot.
It's definitely a conversation.
I agree with the Kareem Hunt.
If we're going to square up and you want to take CMC, I think you take his fucking demon, 99.5. You go about your day. And that's our demon, personally. But
Love that.
I think he gets 100 or he gets 30 and he's still hurt and still sucks. I don't think it's
Yeah.
close.
I
I think you take his demon rushing yards.
I like that.
That's something you just.
That's the ultimate narrative.
That's
Yeah,
the ultimate.
That's literally Krabs. Go about your day. Take the demon.
No, that's your CMC demon get back.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Full
know.
circle.
That's
Full
how you
circle.
look him in the eyes,
That's
dude.
that's what we call in this house a doable demon.
That's how you
Now,
look
why does he have 2 rushing yard squares up? He has one up at 79.5 and one up at 81.5, and they're both normal rushing squares, which is kind of bugging me out, and it's kind of sketchy and weird, but
It
He
is.
narrative it hits.
It's definitely a glitch.
it's definitely a glitch, but there are
Yeah, I
2
think
squares
that-
up there right now.
It's not like that.
We do not have to take a demon in the
No,
in the
but I
lineup.
want to just like fill out the entry and then see what the odds.
If
pay
you
out.
take the 89.5, it puts you at 26x. If you take the 99.5, it puts us at 28x.
Doesn't even
I
like.
don't think there really moves needed, dude.
It doesn't really
do
move.
stuff. Like, is it even
Yeah.
worth it? Probably not.
But what happens if we miss something, but the demon hits and something else misses? Like, does
Yeah,
that?
what-
That's a great point.
What does the 5 out of 6 pay out on that with 5 normals and then
It would probably be. Actually, let me see.
Because that like you know.
It's the same 5 squares.
It would
though,
put us
wouldn't
at
it?
3x instead of the 2x.
okay?
But I feel like that I think that includes if the demon is one of the 5 that hit. It's like the highest
really?
possible payout.
That's true. That is true.
Like if you hit 5 normal squares, it's a normal 5 payout.
I honestly think we stick with normal squares. I think we leave it at normals.
Who did the Niners play last week?
The Bucks.
Bucks.
It was a weird game. The Bucks kept that close.
Yeah.
CMC had 1 million receiving yards.
Yeah.
A
It was
million.
Vita Vea was up and moving, right, for the Bucks?
Yeah.
And he's the best run stuffer in the NFL, in my opinion. So that could have had a huge factor as well.
I'm getting really bricked up over
CMC.
CMC.
And you haven't said that in how long?
It's probably been since February.
I would so much rather go CMC than any Geno Smith bullshit, respectfully.
That's
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know where your guys, I
valid.
don't know where your guys' heads are at with that. I would love to hear it.
Understandable.
but
He
we
can't-
don't need to force
CMC
people to this.
CMC's all the way back.
Running backs yards versus the Seahawks this season: 68, 140, 156, 194, 133, 118, 179.
Revolving door.
Come on.
A
No,
revolving
no,
door.
Write that down.
And you're in San Francisco.
Put in the 3
That's
spot.
3 spot.
Seahawks also off of a bye week. So, I mean, I think that is good for game planning against the Brock Purdy passing attack more so than CMC,
You just can't
I feel like
stop.
Brock might come out slow, and then they're going to be force feeding CMC.
After Brock had that legacy game and people were saying he's the him of the week on SVP and he had that crazy touchdown pass to fucking Kittle in the corner. Yeah, they're going to hand the ball off to CMC 100 times this game.
Fuck that pass.
I fucking love it.
Pop it up. Pop it up.
Can I suggest before we move a quick 1 minute and 30-second breather before we just jump?
Absolutely.
Into the Sunday night? Let's just
fucking
clear the head.
Get some
Let's
music
clear
on.
the head.
chat.
Yeah,
Get
put
some
some gun
music.
on. Get some gun on. Let's just
What? You want me to
fucking
put music on?
No.
chill for a second here, collect ourselves, and then move to Sunday night.
Because you said that, can I have his
Get that fucking DTL theme song out of here. Give me some Gunna or some shit, bro. Give me some Gunna chill songs. Maybe it's Shop?
No.
Way too comfortable.
No, yeah.
Feels
How you
good.
feeling? You feeling good? Everybody feeling good? Feeling good? Everybody feeling good?
I love when Trent
Feel great.
plays, man.
Chad, is that or out of trend right now?
Hey, right. Also, good time to tell you guys Coin Toss is live on the
Yeah.
YouTube as
Yeah.
well. Go check
Wow,
out the
yeah.
Coin Toss.
So live.
Coin Toss is live. Go check it out. Go drop a like. Go leave a comment. Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Again. Due for a win. Yo, we are due for a win.
We're due.
So do.
All right.
Oh, shit.
I may
Trent,
have.
why don't you go to the whiteboard, Trent, and let us know what squares you're either married to or in love with the most so far
For Sunday Night Football?
for anything today or anything for Sunday. Any time slot.
Wait, why?
It's already locked in.
We already have Love as our one.
What do we have
morning.
locked?
Was it?
What do we have locked?
Love, Lutz, CMC, Disley.
Can I just read the two? I mean, it's 25x. This is the 6-piece slip I have in my queue. It's the 4 we have on the board, and then I did under pass attempts, Burrow, over rush yards, Chase Brown. It does come out to 25x flat.
Wow. Wow.
Under pass attempts, Burrow.
Wow. Good to
Say
know.
something
Good,
like,
good to know.
Little nug. But yeah, the demons are out, man. I mean, I've been messing around with like angles. They're not giving us much juice. So it's really, to me, it's just pointless to even try to mess with it.
Well, we know that we have Lutz in here, which probably removes feet from the night game.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think it does, but I totally get that. You don't want to put 2 feet in this puppy?
Four field goals asking for a lot.
Okay.
On the board written down for some options, Quentin Johnson, yards.
I do think that's modded. The fact that got bumped up and he's just not good is insane to me too.
We have Disley
I also
already.
really like that. Yep.
Let's not lose steam here. We are almost done.
Dude, I honestly, just looking at it, I feel like Chase Brown, we should revisit that conversation because that did feel like Ma.
Yep, I agree.
Is the only option if it's not McPherson, no?
Because you need one bank.
I feel like Chase Brown rush yards is like the one.
Can I hear your nuggets again on like
Dude, we haven't gotten one Chase Brown nugget. We need the Bengals.
I'll give you this. That's not exactly a Chase Brown nugget, but I was looking just now at all of the highest passing yardage games in the NFL this year and how those guys have fared the next week. And a lot of them, frankly, haven't played the toughest defenses. They've all still soared under their number for the most part. And Joe Burrow just threw for, the second highest yards in an NFL game this year, 428, thrown 56 times against the Ravens. And now it's his first game after that. All of these guys, which Joe Burrow is also another one of those guys from the Ravens game the first time, they've all had some rough next weeks, to say the least.
What did Kirk do after his 500-yard game?
He threw 225 against the Panthers. Granted, they're up in that game, but
yeah. Okay.
So would you rather fade Burrow or take Chase Brown? I think that's a question we need to have.
All right, so running backs, the last few running backs versus the Chargers. Tony Pollard had 16 attempts for 91 yards. Nick Chubb had 19 attempts for 52 yards. Kamara had 15 attempts for 87 yards.
How many was that?
15 attempts with 87 yards, and then he had 6 receptions for 55 as far as the receiving. So he was getting a lot of passes in that game. James Conner went off. He had 55 receiving yards, 20 rush attempts, and 115 yards. So we got to think about it. Like Arizona, like they had that game versus them. He did that. I mean, it could be comparable to what Bengals might want to do. And then Kareem Hunt or whoever was rushing, actually it was probably Pacheco, but 21 attempts. Yeah, I think this was Pacheco. 21 attempts, 89 yards. Harris, Najee Harris, 25 attempts, 108 yards.
Dude, I mean, and look how red Chase Brown's fucking square is, dog.
Because he's been a receiving god the last 2 games. That's why he's been like a top 5 fantasy running back. It's all been receiving. It's all been receiving.
I know.
I just want to know why. I have a question, Jovan. Why didn't he hit last week with a W game script against the Ravens defense? Why is Chase Brown not green?
Because Joe Burrow passed 56 times.
Yeah.
That W game script when they're up 21-7 was erased in like 5 minutes.
Yes.
Jamar Chase had 700 yards.
No, it was a good question.
He was also playing one of the worst pass defenses in football in the Ravens.
Understood.
Yes.
Good question.
I think it's, dude, my gut. I got a phone call from the gut.
Oh, boy.
Get up.
The chart just looks too good.
Hopefully it's not Chipotle.
I'd agree with that.
It's actually Chase Brown.
Ogman saying, why run when the pass is working?
Because they just played the worst pass defense in the league.
No. He's talking about in that Ravens game.
Exactly.
That's your answer.
Okay. Got it.
The Ravens, great run defense. Jamar Chase was putting up a
Didn't need to
Hall of
run
Fame
as much.
performance. Why would they run with Chase Brown?
Drewski, follow the numbers, follow the charts, not the numbers.
Drewski said that. Wow.
I just like when I took Chase Brown attempts in my 4-man Nukenheimer 2 weeks ago, I took it because his chart was as red as fucking the Devil's Dong.
Wow, that's red.
And honestly, I love the fact of how high those attempts are again. I know like we don't want to go there, but just seeing that 16.5 number feels good for the rushing yards.
I mean, yeah, it's a great sign.
Are we eliminating the receiving factor from Chase Brown, or are we sticking with his rush yards? I think it's
you eliminate it.
What's up?
I think you eliminate it. He's been like their wide receiver like 2 the last fucking 2 weeks. He's had like 10 targets each game. I think you take that out, you eliminate it. His receiving squares look sketchy as heck. His rushing squares look sketchy as heck too the other way. Into that.
You know why we eliminated it? Because the combo is 10 fucking more yards.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you got 27 and a half yards receiving, 61 and a half rushing, and then they give us a 98.5 combo.
What the fuck?
It's a 10. That's fucking 10 yards. What? I've never even seen that. That's crazy.
Well, it's typically higher, but not that much higher.
Yeah, not that much.
They usually do that for all the actual receiving backs. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Charlie, what are you looking at?
You know where I stand on this.
Oh, I thought you were like looking.
No, I didn't. I don't have any nuggets for this.
Joe Burrow pass yards, they just get bumped down in front of my face.
Wow.
That's all I need to hear, bro.
Jeez.
Wow.
No way
In
that's
front
all
of
you need.
face.
Yeah. went
They're
from
winning the game.
267
It's
and a
not
half
going to be
to
because of Joe
264.
Burrow. Wow. It's not going to be because of Burrow.
Wow.
Who's it going to be?
I love it, dude. It's just what are your thoughts again? That the Bengals need to win.
We need to be nuking Bengals for 1.5.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
For sure.
Oh, we're definitely having units on the Bengals.
Yeah.
Dave, thoughts?
Chase Brown?
Yeah.
I mean, I said it earlier. I think if you're the Chargers coming to this game, first thing you do is you take away
Chase.
you take away Jamar Chase, which means you take away their passing game, right? If we don't want to put Burrow less than passing yards in there, because what the Bengals are going to do is they're going to run the ball, we have to put Chase Brown rushing yards. It's one or the other.
The 61's not even that much.
It's really
That's not
not.
even asking for a lot.
It's really not.
And like,
Especially if we think he's running the ball 17 times.
Yeah.
And the Chargers going to sell out for you have to sell out for the pass. You can't let Jamar Chase.
They have to.
You
They
can't.
have to sell out
Higgins
against
ends
the
up playing
pass.
too.
I don't even think it's like we need the even if you think the Bengals are gonna win this game, like the Chargers are not showing up and they're like, oh, like let's just let Jamar Chase 1-on-1 versus our corner because we're the number 4 best defense in the league. It doesn't make sense.
They saw what they did against the Ravens last week.
Yeah.
They're going to sell out and do everything they can to not let them
Oh,
beat
you
them
have
that
to
way.
stop that. He caught for 300 yards last week.
This is
You
why
have to
Harbaugh gets
stop
paid
that
the big bucks.
Have to stop that shit.
Lauren.
Yeah.
It's Chase Brown.
Yeah, you do it.
It's Chase fucking Brown. Can you do me a huge favor and take man in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I hear him.
Yeah.
Can you tell him to do that?
Brother.
It's Chase fucking bro.
I think so.
It's Chase fucking.
Dave ain't smacking shit, bro.
Wow.
It's Chase fucking, ladies and gents. Let's go.
Wow.
I love that. I actually love that. Listen, we need a W game script. We need a W. If Chargers score first, I'm going to be very upset.
Bro.
What? I'm being dead honest.
I'll put meat on tape for Bengals in this game. Love that play. They're winning that game.
It's also like when
Same.
even if the Chargers win this game, how does every Chargers primetime game go? It is never a blowout, whether they win or they lose. It always comes down to the wire every single time.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. Bengals are up. Justin has to throw. What wide receiver keeps getting bumped for no reason when the number 1 isn't getting bumped, but apparently the slot eats?
QJ.
Dude, Chase Brown's going to break one in the first fucking drive. We're not sweating anything. He's going to have 80 yards in the first quarter. Let's go.
Wow.
Over.
You're right. We have one more slot to fill, fellas. One more fucking play
Come on.
for a milli.
I think we know
Come
what
on.
it is.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Couple
Alright.
options.
QJ's
Quinn Johnson.
definitely
Has
an
to be-
option.
Dude, he's like
Yes.
already was 5 yards above his average and got bumped 2 more. McConkey is like 4 below his average and is getting bumped. Why?
What's the read on QJ? I'd love a sell job.
If the Bengals are up, you have
Yeah.
to throw the ball. The Bengals can't stop big wide receivers. They haven't once this year yet.
Can I get
It's
some?
literally one catch.
He is getting bumped up too,
Oh, no.
which is good.
Like who have the Bengals been getting fried by?
Like everybody.
I have a question though.
AJ Brown's huge, like Quinn Johnson. I mean, not comparable in terms of receiver, but fucking AJ Brown 8.
What's your question?
Since the Bengals have gotten cooked by basically every receiving core in the NFL, why don't we just stick with their best receiver who's Latin McConkey?
Because he's below his average and not getting bumped, while the other guy who normally does dick is getting bumped and already 5 above.
Yeah. Tell him what you told me on TMA, Mike.
I mean, dude, like the Bengals struggle against every single wide receiving core, so let's sell out and stop the run. When the run eventually does work, play action. Oh my God, who's over the top? Because this Bengals defense is fucking ratitude. Oh my God, it's massive, fast Quinn Johnson.
He could get that in 2 catches.
I think if we put Herbert yards in, it takes the.
Yeah, can you, Adam, tell us if we put Herbert at like something, whether it's passing yards or pass attempts or completions, Does it affect
The payout.
the payout with Disley being in there?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
We dropped to 19. So
Nah, that can't happen. That can't happen.
we can't do that. I
That
will
can't
say
happen.
this with the Quentin one. I like the Quentin Reed. The only concern for me is that he's just a boomer bust player to me. That's the only thing is like it is going to be the big play. He's at a 3 reception line, so he's not going to get that. Like I've been watching. I drafted Ladd in all my fantasy leagues. I knew he was going to start rising. Not that I want Ladd, but he is going to be a guy that's going to be targeted a ton more. So it's just about the boomer bust, and they're like, if we feel like and I think he can get that catch. It's going to be lower volume. So we're going to be sweating a little bit more, I think, with Quinn. That's all I can say about it.
I mean, he's definitely the sweat for sure. Like, he's not a freebie, but the books are telling you Quentin's going to go stupid.
McConkey first read share dropping to 22.
Dude, what about Ladd targets?
Let me read this.
That's
down.
7. Oh.
McConkey first read share dropping to 22%, but his yards YPPR is dipped to 1. Add in that since he has been tough against slot receivers, McConkey is likely headed toward a quieter week. The Bengals have held slot receivers to the 10th fewest fantasy points per game and 7th fewest receiving yards per game.
What if it's a Ladd fade? He's at 12 fantasy.
Interesting. Here's the deal. Bengals rank 19th in man coverage. Nobody has a better target rate on the team than Ladd against the zone. If we need a Chargers passing game script, stop worrying about efficiency. Ladd over 5 receptions. We win with 6 catches for 50.
Wow, and that's not even a good game. If I see Ladd McConkey get 6 catches for 50 yards, I'm like, hey, that's a shit game, low key.
And he's coming off a 2-catch game.
Let me say this, because we already do have, a tight end in there for the Chargers right now, and Will Disley. So that's like the one thing that makes me not love putting QT in there, and I honestly probably like the QT square more than
QJ.
To be completely honest with you. QJ, sure, yes, but we don't have a less than in there right now. I'm not saying we have to put a less than in there, but what's stopping us from putting in Joe Burrow less than pass attempts, correlating that with Chase Brown if it doesn't hurt the odds? What's stopping us from doing that?
It's a great point. It's fantastic.
Like, aren't we going for fucking 100% here?
Yeah, and this is right out of MMG's playbook.
Like if they both miss, they both miss, but there's a better chance they both hit.
And that's what I've had in the slip the whole day, to be completely honest.
Like, I want to put Mikey's fucking square in there. And
I know.
I like that square better than Disley. I'll say it. I like that square better than Disley. Not that fucking matters, but wouldn't he put in the less than or correlation in here too? Just got to plant that seed.
I actually don't hate that because someone just made a phenomenal point. We have only one quarterback, and those are the guys with the most amount of touches per game.
And we already have a guy getting receiving yards that we're rooting for the Chargers. Do we really want another one?
No.
It's just
the only reason I don't want to put Quentin in here.
I know, and it's just like if we're right about our game script, our lineup's hitting.
That's what I'm saying. We're going for 100%.
I'll say this too, because I think maybe this is good for Mikey on a QJ nugget. We forget Greg Roman is the OC for the Chargers. He used to play in the AFC North and see the Ravens defense a little bit. Obviously, it's a different defense to a tiny degree, but in the 2 games that they played against the Bengals last year, Lamar did have a completion. Lamar, of all people, had a completion of 50+ in both games. So he's not afraid to take a deep shot against a similar defense, which could be QJ territory.
Brother.
I'm good with either of them, to be honest.
38 this morning, and he's already been bumped to 40.5. If anyone else in this room said that to you, I think you would have put foot down by now.
That's not true.
I think they both hit.
It's the only reason
But I do like the Joe Burrow fade actually a little bit more because if we are going Chase Brown, that is an unbelievable game stack.
The
run is working. We're not throwing the ball. Like, that does make sense.
And they're winning.
I was
Hopefully,
reading earlier. There's only been like Jameis Winston threw for 46 attempts. No one else has touched this number at 36+
against the Chargers.
The next highest was 33 from Bo Nix. And again, these are games that obviously they were down and probably coming back. And this is just, correlation station.
Yeah.
I do think it's good correlation.
It's the only reason I'm not like already up putting QJ there is because of the game stack. It doesn't make sense.
No, I think it's a good. I mean, it does.
It
Make sense.
does.
If the Bengals are leading, what
Yes.
is Justin Herbert doing, handing the ball off?
Yes.
That one
So
does make sense.
I don't
to me.
agree with you there, but I agree with the Chase Brown game stack. It makes way more sense.
Yes.
To say, okay, Chase Brown is fucking mucking. We're not gonna take shots at Jamar, who's definitely doubled.
I would much rather go with Burrow under, Chase Brown, and have a conversation about Disley or QJ.
I
Yeah,
feel like we like this. I feel like there were so many Disley nuggets.
Disley makes a whole lot of sense.
I don't want to put anything with Lad in it. I think that anything Lad, I'm out on.
I agree.
But I do
Yeah,
like.
good with
I
that.
think Krabs is kind of dialed in on Burrow last night, just because like if Chase Brown rushes, but the only like problem is if the Chargers score first or go up,
But that's
in scrambles.
They're
that's
so due for a bad game, man. They're on fire right now. They're not winning this shit. They're not
I
winning
feel
this
like
shit.
every prop we have that has yards will be bumped in our favor.
mhm.
This slip, it looks good on the eyes.
Yeah. I'm in love with the
Kinda
Bengals
like-
two-piece game stacker. I don't love Disley any more than I do QJ. I just want you to know that.
No, I
I
think
like,
Disley
I
had
like
more
QJ
nuggets.
better.
I think Disley had better nugs though, if I remember.
Definitely better nugs. Definitely makes more sense for sure.
Can I go ahead and put Burrow under in there? I love it.
I like it too if we're doing Chase.
Mo stack.
Jovan, Krabs, Adam.
I like it a
I
lot.
mean, yeah, you know where I stand.
I fucking love it, bro. We need
I
an
do
under
like
in
that.
there.
I do like that, yeah.
We need an under.
Yeah.
Also a good point.
3 from this game.
I know.
Start green, stay green.
All right. I do want to have a quick conversation about Disley versus QJ, but I think we do get married to Burrow Brown game stack MMG style. We told ourselves we were going to do that this year. We got to do it. We can't fold and not do it. We need an MMG correlation.
What were the nuggets for Disley again?
It was like he's been targeted on like fucking something crazy, like 60% of his routes or something like that.
Like first read.
Chad,
Yeah, first read.
think about how many times you've missed an entrance because you took an over. What do you think hit?
I could care less what they say.
No, and they're all just saying, I hate under. Bro, think about what hit the time you tried to take an over.
No, I agree with Krabs. I think we needed a lesson. I think Burrow
Fucking
pass
under.
completions makes the most, or pass attempts makes the most sense for
Just
any
going-
lesson.
I'll say it. I want to flip to QJ from Disley, but I think both are
No.
hitting.
I will say Adam's got Wales does possess a square with Will Lutz.
I'm not switching off Disley, bro.
Really?
I don't
putting
think
my
you can
foot down.
switch off the first name.
I'm putting my foot down.
We can talk. I'm open to whatever you guys think. Yeah, I mean,
Good.
obviously, like I have a couple in here that Lutz is definitely gonna win. I'm laying hat and I gotta see through it.
I love hearing Shelly put foot down.
I Disley is literally not up on any of the books. I think we're getting a discount before he gets put up at like 32.5 or something on the books. 27.
Yeah, I don't see a world he stays at 27.5. He's already been rising, and I think he's easily going to get at the 30 number. He's also on the books at 31, I believe.
Dude, Disley's on the board. He was the first name we wrote down. Like, I just can't, dude.
Yeah.
Do you know how many nuggets we're getting dropped for Disley in chat?
The most
A
insane
million.
nuggets. Crazy nuggets.
Yeah, he's actually not even on book yet, but yeah, he's.
I just don't want you to think I'm keeping you out because you're Mikey Overs.
No,
Sorry, I'm out too.
I'm
You're
not.
not out.
I'm not. I do think it's weird that, I mean,
There's no outs. This is
Only
a
on the-
full
oh.
team effort. This is everybody involved.
no, I do. I like Disley though. I mean, when we were busting for Disley,
No,
there's a reason why we busted for Disley.
I'm not saying I don't like anything about Disley. I just wanted.
No
be
demons
transparent.
though. We're going no
I
demons.
think the last thing we need to decide is if CMC.
No, the demons weren't really paying out. I did a few combos throughout the time here, and we're getting maybe 1x or 2x more, but
Yeah, but
really
do you
not
think-
worth the juice.
Do you think other people are doing 25xers?
It's a good question. That's a good question, Charlie.
Like, do you think that one extra X, like a 26X, would literally win us this entire thing?
That's a good point.
I see them using
Someone did
goblins.
25
That
and
is
we
a
did a
phenomenal
26.
point, dude. That is a phenomenal point.
Let's not overthink it too.
Or
I
do
don't
we just
wanna
go
overthink
remove
it.
everyone else? If we do our job and we hit a 25X and someone hits a 26, we chalk.
Dude, if we
Yeah.
hit a 25X and we don't win, I will tip cap.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Tip.
I do agree.
Like,
Yeah,
I do
that's
agree.
true.
let's
We're gonna
let's
put
focus on
demons
hitting
in a
6 fucking
six-man
squares,
idiot.
dude.
Yeah, fuck.
Like, what happens if someone else has a 28X and they go 5 or 6, and we give a 25X and we go 5 or 6, we
They will.
lose.
They will.
I think a lot of people are gonna have goblins too.
I do too. I think they're gonna go soft. I think they're gonna
No.
go soft and try to get green squares in there.
Like, control what we can control.
No, 100%.
Like,
But you do have to think about.
Dude, if we sweep 6
The
or 6
possibilities.
and lose, like
if we sweep,
did our
like, first of
job.
all, the goal is to sweep, right? The goal is for every motherfucker that tells us to make money from this because we sweep.
Mhm.
If we sweep and we lose, you gotta just
Charge it.
You gotta
Yep.
charge it.
Charge it, dude.
Yeah.
Don't
Charge
forget
it.
the Super Bowl entries too for a milli. They had goblins in there. I know that the goal is highest payout, but I feel like they're not going to be all that scared. Put
That
fucking
shit's
goblins in there.
No, they're going to put touchdown goblins in. They're going to put the square shit in there. Let's worry about us. Let's hit a 6-man. You're right.
That's so true. You
You're
think fucking Ruby Rose's plug isn't putting 2 gobs in there?
that's for sure, gobs.
You're right. You're right.
I don't care.
Drewski got 2 demons in there right now.
Did anybody?
Or they're gonna
go
try to get
6
too cute with
for
the demons.
6 last year?
I mean, yeah, if Drewski goes 6 for 6 with 2 demons, you also tip cap.
Nobody went 6-6 last year.
Yeah. Did anybody even get 5?
I think Kyle went 5. That's why he
One,
won.
maybe 1.
What happens if you tie?
That's a good question.
It's whoever has more sign-ups.
Whoever has the most signups. Yep.
That's why we're pushing the sign up so hard. Is because if it comes down to a tie break, it's literally on you fuckers in chat to save us.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And if you haven't joined already, I'll drop the link in the chat one more time. But
Didn't
if
you
haven't
guys
joined
have the
team
most
yet, what are
last
you doing?
year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but Drewski's beating us right now.
yeah,
Drewski
Drewski.
might have us this time.
Cooked.
We had 3 weeks last time. Let a push.
All right, let's walk through these 6 goats. Leg number 1 at 1 p.m. Eastern time. We will be strapping the fuck in for Packers Bears. We need 2 touchdowns from Jordan Love. The team Packers historically fucking own them. Coming off the double bagel narrative, he hasn't thrown a fucking touchdown in the month of November. And he's up for 1.5. Come on. He's throwing 2. We move to the afternoon slate. We need another 1.5. And it's William J. Lutz,
Sure.
who had literally came out publicly
My middle name
after
is Jay.
getting a game-winning field goal blocked against the Kansas City Chiefs. The whole team's rallying around the special teams unit in a game with a 3-point spread in Denver. I fucking love this square from Adams Got Whalers. After that cashes, we move.
We needed feet.
We
always
needed feet.
Yeah, we did need
We
feet.
needed feet. Adams came with feet.
Come on.
Number 3, the man who lives in my nightmares. This is where we get our revenge on it. Historically, CMC has insane numbers against the Seahawks in a game with potential rain and then minus 300 odds. You know the Niners are taking care of business at home against the Seahawks, and it's going to be because CMC gets 100 fucking yards. So after we sweep, dude, we're getting here. We did our job here. We get to here. We go MMG on these fuckers.
Real quick, before you get into it, what you forgot to mention is while we're watching Lutz and CMC Green, everybody and their maw is sweating out stuff in the Bills-Chiefs game. And we are just enjoying a fucking banger game where we're not sweating anything in it. We've done our job elsewhere. Everybody's like, oh, I really need D-Hop and Travis. Like, it's like, let's just.
Those both might be great.
No, but he's right. He's right. Drewski's over there sweating out fucking Kelsey yards, and he's got 0 at half. Meanwhile, we just need one more Lutz field goal, and guess what? They're on the 30-yard line, 3rd down and 30.
And look, and Taylor Swift's on the fucking screen. God damn it.
I actually, truly, genuinely believe we did our job in the first half of this entry. Not that I don't think we did over here, but it's way harder. But I fucking love these three. Like, I don't think we could have done a better job.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
We get to the MMG half of this fucking lineup. Burrow under attempts is so surgical. Considering the amount of attempts other quarterbacks have had against this Chargers defense in a game where we think the Bengals are going to win, it goes with our script. I literally love it. I love that square a lot. Brown yards. Chart says the story on this one. Bro hasn't hit this in 4 out of the 5 last weeks. In a game we think the Bengals are going to win. They do it by doing so on the ground. Chase Brown's getting 70-plus yards without question. I don't think there's any doubt there. And the player we started with this whole thing with was fucking Disley.
First read.
First 5 play.
Prime time grubber.
White tight end on prime time grabber. He might score first.
Was it always fantasy score?
Could you imagine he scores first?
I hope not, bro. Shit.
We can, since we're on Disley. We're here. Any thoughts on the longest reception?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Can't do it. I
He
cannot.
can't rest head on pillow with that square in there. He's not going to sleep for 3 days.
I can't rest on my head on pillow putting that in a rackaroony on Sunday, let alone a million on Sunday. Can't do it.
Let's just pray for missed tackles.
Red. JST, huh?
Chargers
fan, huh?
That's a good thing. We want to fade the fans.
Oh, no, I love it.
When do we know everyone else's lineup?
Probably tomorrow.
I mean, fellas in the incubations over there. Any qualms with what we have right now? I fucking love this shit. Feels so much better than last year.
I agree with that.
Last year, everybody was grumpy. We were fucking throwing shit in.
We had to do it twice. Didn't we have 2 different lineups? Yeah, we did. We beat Mego, and then
Oh,
we went to
yeah,
the
you're
next
right.
round. We had to
Oh,
do it
that's
again.
right. Yeah.
Krabs, Jovan, Adam.
I got nothing. I'm happy. I think that looks like a fucking 6-piece smackaroon.
It does look like a 6-piece backer.
I think we did a fantastic job weeding out the cake, finding squares that we can get married to. I think we did it.
You feel good?
I feel great. I like there's nothing on here where I'm like, fuck.
All right.
You know?
That's the most important thing right now. Can you rest head on pillow looking at those 6 gents?
Like last year, the whole time I'm like, bro, why did we put fucking Gino in there? Like even before the game started. I literally don't have any players in this lineup where I feel like I'm gonna say that. The only thing I'm like, is QJ versus Disley. That's it though.
It's tough. I think they're both green. It's not going to matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I do not think it matters.
I mean, it seems like you guys are feeling the QJ. Do we want to revisit this deeper? We don't have to finish this up. I want this to be, because like I'm hearing a couple times now QJ kind of coming through. And so I think we could still open that, and like chat's loving it. I don't know. We can talk about it.
I mean, it was the first name we wrote down. If it was the last one, we were going back and forth.
But I don't want to see. That's the thing. If we're gonna set it on just because we said it first, that means it has to stay. That's not the thing. It was the first one. We've had a whole day of reading the board, looking through, thinking. I think we have time. Like, I don't want to end this and be like, oh, we went Disley because it was the first one. It sounds good. Everything sounds great, and shit doesn't happen sometimes. But there is some good nuggets to QJ.
Did QJ just get bumped down? Someone check.
From 38 to 40.
1 yard. He got bumped up 2 yards and then just got bumped back 1 yard. So he's
That
still
means-
up 1 yard from this morning.
Means nothing.
No.
I don't know. I think this is it. Yeah.
I think it's it, bro.
Okay.
If you want to put the fucking concerns to bed, we could go around and vote on those 2 gents and make it official. That way there's no question marks.
I don't think
Nah.
we vote, dude.
You have an
We're
erasing
not
one.
getting anywhere if we vote, or if anybody votes QJ to get
We'll
subbed.
fucking start erasing now, my guy.
Jovan, I want to hear what square concerns you the most.
I don't know if you want to hear that from me, dude.
I don't know who it could possibly be.
I'm not saying I have like a target one. I just don't know if you want to actually hear that come out of my mouth.
I actually agree with Jovan. I
Yeah,
don't know
what
if
the
you
fuck,
actually
Trent? What a
want
dumb
to-
question.
I feel like that question going around the room isn't going to benefit,
It's a
even though I
terrible
kind of want to
question.
hear it. Because
Absolutely
again,
not. It's shit
like-
question. No.
Shit fucking question.
Jovan
Yeah.
actually just saved you
Yeah.
because you almost just fucking blew up 2 hours of
But I
work.
do want to hear who his least favorite square is.
now I kind of fucking want to
I
hear
know,
it.
dude. I now want to be edged.
It's definitely, without a doubt, CMC. Without question. And that's fine. Because CMC, it's just the history, bro. Like,
takes one fucking.
Is that
thing.
confirmed, Javon?
Yeah, he nodded. No, he nodded. He nodded.
No, I honestly don't even know. I'm looking at it. Like I like all the squares. I don't really have an issue with any single one. Like I'll say, what am I most worried about? I'm most worried about the Bengal stack because if something goes wrong there, obviously both of those squares might be fucked. But
yeah, it's valid.
I like the squares. So like it's not like those are not like my least favorite squares because I think they're chalked.
But it's CMC, though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Honestly, I would prefer it to be that than the other ones.
That's a very good point.
Yeah,
That's true.
because I mean, CMC again. You just fucking do one of those. Doesn't work out. It's whatever.
Not a single goat well in there.
I think that's how the whole room wants it.
Okay.
That might be a good thing.
That could be a good thing.
I truly
Might be a
believe
good
that.
thing.
I don't think any of you guys want to touch a goat whale right now.
I wanted you to put that Josh Allen less than pick in there, but after hearing you come back and say it's a goat well, I was like, you know what? He's fucking right. Just leave it off to the side.
No, that
Yeah.
is it. That's it.
Go ahead and take that under interception with Bijan for 5K Megamax and get your fix on that.
And that'll pay your rent. Yep.
And then I'd be off the other.
Hayden Hurst has been back for 2 weeks, brother. You wouldn't know it because he's not getting much action.
What was that?
He highlighted that Hayden Hurst is out Sunday, and wait, you better hope Hayden Hurst is out Sunday, so he doesn't get a revenge game. He's been playing the last couple of weeks. He's gotten 1 or 2 targets at best.
Okay.
Hayden Hurst Chargers revenge game. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. I think
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you.
to take away a target or 2 from Disley.
Also, W subby from role player Tony Snell. Appreciate you.
W.
W's there. Sure. Love it. Love it. Top it up.
All right, do we move?
I think we finished.
I already placed it. The lineup. So
Night
Are
sweats.
we locking it?
Yeah, I think we're locking it.
Mikey,
Yeah, lock right now.
for night sweats tonight, I think we just tail Mikey's foreman,
He has a 4-man.
and it's
Foreman
fucking. I
could be
love it.
Serge.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I can tell.
Foreman could be Serge that I kicked.
Is it the same one from TMA?
It
I
is.
like that one. Yeah.
It has everything you need. It has a birthday narrative. It has a revenge game narrative. It has a fully read. It's got it, Mikey. I'm in
It
love
does
with it.
have. I did check a lot of boxes.
What's the four man
need-
like if
I
people want
need
to
that
tail?
4-man.
It is Terry McLaurin receptions because the number one has eaten in the last 10 against the Eagles. It's revenge narrative Zach Ertz yards. I mean, you can literally close your eyes and click a tight end's yards against the Eagles as well.
Revenge game.
And a revenge spot too. It is Devontae Smith yards, birthday narrative. You can take that one out if you want. And then red out chart, Jalen Hurts pass completions at 18.5 when he's been averaging 14.
Sure.
That's the greenest shit Mikey's ever. I've nuked.
Could be.
I'm in.
Tay
Could be,
receptions,
sure.
Ertz yards, birthday boy Devonta Smith yards, and Jalen Hurts pass attempts.
Although I do think Devontae got bumped up 3 yards from when I placed it.
Wait, you said attempts or completions?
I think it was whatever the 18.5 was. I think it's completion.
That's completions.
Yeah,
Okay.
completions. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I
tailing.
like it. I like it.
Chat, I'm gonna put the link to the PPWC entry in chat right now. All right. So that's the first link going in. If you guys want to tail that, the link in chat right now is the PPWC link. That's the one that's on the board that we just spent 3 hours crafting.
Crafting. And the jail I just dropped.
I'm gonna go home and pack.
Let's
'cause we're
fucking
leaving at
go.
7 a.m.
I need to go fucking shopping. I don't know if I have time.
W's in chat, boys. We'll be here tonight. Night sweat starting at kickoff for Thursday Night Football.
Did you drop Mikey's slip and
No, I didn't drop Mikey's yet. I'm letting them do the PPWC one first. Mikey, can you drop yours?
We can always drop it before night sweat starts.
Yeah, just do that. Can you send me the link then? Chat, great fucking craft sesh. I'm really proud of the entire
We
room.
didn't take CMC David.
No.
Yeah. I know.
Wait, does chat tail yet, or do they wait so that we can count it for the tails?
Maybe wait.
Yeah, probably wait.
Chat, wait to tail, probably.
Oh yeah, you're
I would
probably
wait
right.
to tail. I would wait to tail.
Wait to
Fuck, why
tail
not?
so we can count it. But if you already locked it, I mean, it's fine as well. All right. Yeah, big commies game tonight, chat. Sweats. Let's get a fucking outright win, huh?
Hey,
Come on.
Krabs, really quick. Jaden Daniels rush yards thoughts.
Yes.
I
Yes.
took
Two
his
words,
longest rush at 13.5.
Oh, I love that.
Love it. He's
I
breaking
paired
one
that
today.
with Barkley receiving yards.
Let's go. I have a two-piece with Barkley receiving yards and Jane Daniels rushing yards. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I need to get in the lab for today. I haven't taken a look at today. Otherwise,
Yeah. Chat, great fucking job. Great stream. Great war room.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody tapping in. We will do a sweats later this evening for the football game. GG's. We'll be fucking.
Peace, squad.
Peace.
appreciate y'all.
I put it in the Bookit group chat, I think.